What is up, hooligans? And happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. Now, I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. We're going to read through the schedule really quick, we're going to read through the schedule really quick, and then we're going to be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we'll be getting things started. I feel like there was something I was supposed to tell you guys. I can't remember. Either way, I was late today because I got to recertify my lease so I don't become homeless. Because if I become homeless, I'll be jobless at the same time. Either way, we'll get that finished up after the live. We're going to be starting this with a video titled Peter Doocy, Trump is teasing a 1-2 punch. This has to do with NATO and Russia and Ukraine. Apparently, we are going to be sending more weapons to the Ukraine, but it's going to be paid for by NATO. And they're talking about putting sanctions on Russia. Then we got a follow-up video titled Kash Patel will not resign despite rumors, he says. This has to do with the supposed Bongino and Kash resigning if Pam Bondi doesn't leave. Kash Patel saying that's not true, but there's no confirmation from Bongino yet. Then we got a video titled Grok now has video mode, and I actually found that video yesterday, and today apparently Grok has some new companion mode that's only available for iPhones right now, I guess. I don't know. It's not on Android yet. I know that. Then we got a video titled Nicotine Poisoning Sores in Babies and Toddlers. Apparently this has to do with nicotine pouches like the Zyn pouches and stuff like that. People aren't being responsible enough with them. Then we got another follow-up video titled Search for Texas Flood Victims Suspended. This is kind of a weird video. It is a follow-up video for the Texas flood, but it's weird because the title says that the search is being suspended, but the video is talking about how they're going to continue looking for these people. It even says so on the banner on the screen, so I don't know, kind of a contradiction there, but either way. Then we got our mid-live break, our funny video halfway through. This one's titled Bambi Al-Qaeda. Then getting back into the news, we have, I don't know how you explain that, Kristi Noem blows up over a legal immigration question, explaining how asylum works as well as the left being a bunch of commies. Then we got a video titled 2 Killed, Multiple Hurt in Kentucky Church Shooting, officials say. This is kind of an interesting story. I don't know. It sounds like it started over relationship problems. Then we got a video titled Biden insists that he made every clemency decision as House investigates into Autopen ramps up. I don't know. This sounds like it's all over to me. Old man Walter says he did the thing. Nobody's going to say otherwise, and they're going to just sweep this under the rug. Then we got a video titled The California Marijuana Farm Operation Resulted in 361 Arrests of Border Crossers and 14 border crossing children being rescued from trafficking and forced labor, so that's definitely a win there. Then our last little bit of the news, of course, is lefties losing it. This one's titled Veteran Cop Gives Deranged Leftists a dose of instant karma. Of course, that's going to be a plethora of lefties losing their marbles. Then we got an unboxing today. I received 2 packages today. We're going to be opening those up. Then we'll be opening today's drawer of the Advent Calendar sent to us by Tori Wayne. Then we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one's titled Monday Attitudes. And then our official funny video of the day was provided by Sly Dog, and it's titled Good Advice. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see how you hooligans are doing today. And what is up, everyone over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Guessum? What's up, Astrohammer? What's up, Damsel? What's up, 10 Man? What's up, Zero? What's up, Snooks? What's up, Russell? What's up, Hair Juicer? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being on the website. And what is up, everyone over on Rumble? Mr. Satan, you were first today. I appreciate you racing in the chat, Mr. Satan. What's up, Beck Frank? Happy freedom. What's up, Ramsey? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy freedom. What's up, Joe? Appreciate you being with us. What's up, Metal? What's up, Lori? Happy freedom, you hooligans. What's up, Elisa? What's up, Appeal to Heaven? Happy freedom. What's up, Kevin? What's up, Pumpkin? Let's see here. Russell, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, J-Dog? Happy freedom. What's up, Bill Clay? What's up, Godspeed? Happy freedom to you guys. Let me see. What's up, Wayward? Happy freedom. Wayward, I'm still working on getting the X chat rolling. I tagged Rumble Rick, but he won't respond, so we're going to have to get creative here, but I am working on it. And what is up, everyone over on Kick? Happy freedom to you. And what is up, everyone over on Twitch? What's up, Crazy Times? Happy freedom to you. And what is up, everyone over on the communism platform? Is saying you were first over here, too. What's up, Tube Steak? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Proud Patriot Girly? What's up, Sunny? What's up, Toy Mafia? Happy freedom. Cheeky Chops, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. Wayward, you were omnipresent. Appreciate you. And what's up, Rhyme Time? Happy freedom to you. And like I said, no X because there's no chat right now because Rumble Studio doesn't launch X with the chat for some reason. Either way, getting into things, we'll be starting off with this Peter Doocy video titled Trump is teasing a 1-2 punch. And like I said, this has to do with putting sanctions on Russia as well as sending weapons to the Ukraine. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, we have these Hooligan Strong t-shirts. Now, this design was created by Alistair, and Alistair is a badass in just about everything he does. So I will be posting his link in all of the chats for you hooligans to have the opportunity to hire him for your creative needs, because if you think it, he can create it. Now, this design does come in shirts for men, shirts for women, tank tops for men, tank tops for women, pullover hoodies, zipper hoodies, coffee mugs, dog tags, and we even made steel tumblers out of this design. Today I got on the Plain Jane Hooligan badge. We got lots of items and lots of designs over on the merch store. I'll be dropping all the links in the chats while we watch this first video.
So it's another busy week for President Trump as he's expected to host NATO chief Mark Rutte at the White House this morning. It's going to be an impactful meeting after teasing a major announcement regarding Russia's war in Ukraine.
All right, let's get to the details. Senior White House correspondent Peter Doocy joins us with the latest. Good morning, Peter.
Good morning. President Trump is no longer speaking like a neutral mediator between the Ukrainians and the Russians, who thinks that both Putin and Zelensky are both being stubborn, like he did when he first came back for the second term, because the Russians keep getting more and more aggressive. So now President Trump is teasing a 1-2 punch to hit Putin where it hurts. Some new sanctions for Russia, some new weapons for Ukraine.
We're going to see what we will see tomorrow, okay? We have the Secretary General. As you know, Europe has announced sanctions. But I am very disappointed with President Putin. You know, I thought he was somebody that meant what he said, and he'll talk so beautifully, and then he'll bomb people at night.
The new plan is for the U.S. to send weapons to NATO and for NATO to reimburse the United States for the cost of these weapons on their way to Ukraine.
I haven't agreed on the number yet, but they're going to have some because they do need protection. But the European Union is paying for it. We're not paying anything for it, but we will send it. It'll be business for us, and we will send them Patriots, which they desperately need.
The president's first order of business today is going to be that Oval Office meeting with the NATO Secretary General. NATO's original purpose, of course, was to deter Russia, and the current Secretary General, of course, is the same guy who a few weeks ago in the Netherlands called Trump Daddy. Back to you.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. So do you expect, Peter, could there be a situation where he says, I'm just signing the Senate sanctions? Do you think that could be that simple? I'm going to be signing off on it?
He could give it his blessing and let the Senate get those things through before August recess on their way to his desk, which would be a signal to the Russians that President Trump is really, really mad, but it would take a couple weeks for the sanctions to kick in. But yes, that is entirely possible today, Brian.
All right.
Thanks, Pete.
Thanks so much.
I mean, it's just, I kind of.
Okay, starting off with something light here. Like I said, they're talking about putting sanctions on Russia as well as us sending weapons to the Ukraine paid for by NATO. We'll see how that goes. Next up, we got Kash Patel will not resign despite rumors, he says. Now, like I said, this is a follow-up video on the gossip that Bongino and Kash were saying they were going to resign if Bondi didn't step down. Kash Patel says that's not the case, but Bongino, it's not validated yet. Either way, that's what's coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Peter Doocy's video there. Also, I did talk to Russell. I did talk to Rumble customer support about you hooligans saying that the live was freezing on Friday or Saturday or whenever that was happening. And just like I thought, and like I told you guys, they need you to write them. And so I'm going to drop the Rumble customer support email in the chat really quick. If you're experiencing problems over on Rumble, the live skipping or freezing or any of that stuff, you got to write Rumble because they're tired of talking to me. And I don't know. They got to hear it directly from you. So there is the link there if you need to write Rumble and talk to them about issues you're having with the app or anything like that, because there's only so much I can do. Either way, hop it in the chat. And next up, like I said, we got Kash Patel saying he's not going to resign despite rumors. What's up, Zero? Happy freedom. No more freebies. About time. Yeah, for real. Russell, you love new flags? You talking about the ones at the White House? The big, beautiful flags? What's up, Major? Happy Freedom. Let's see the receipts from NATO. Yeah, I wanna know that they're actually paying for it. What's up, Rappy? Happy Freedom to you. Kevin, all I did was eat supper. Now I'm sweating bullets. What'd you eat? Was it spicy? Muy caliente? Is Kick running? It's running. I thought it was frozen for a second there. What's up, Shanti? What's up, Larry? Happy Freedom to you. Larry, have you ever heard the music group The Hooligan Gentlemen? Nope, I've never heard of that before. Zero, there were other shows that had issues this weekend too. It's not just you. I don't ever have that issue, but I hear a lot of people talking about it a lot all over on Rumble. I think it depends on how you're watching. I never have issues if I'm watching on the browser. If I watch on the app, sometimes I have issues. Kevin, pizza bites because it's hot as fuck and I had to cook something quick. Oh, yeah. Pizza bites, so you're eating it like when you throw some food to the dog, you gotta look at the sky and chomp with your mouth open because it's like you're eating lava. What's up, Tony Rez? Happy Freedom to you. Appeal to having 92 degrees outside and bam, the rain started. Feels so good. Well, hopefully it cools down and doesn't just make things humid. It is terribly humid here right now. What's up, Burn Pile? Happy Freedom. What's up, Salty Ginger? Happy Freedom to you. All right, hooligans, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, Kash Patel will not resign despite rumors, he says. And again, there's no confirmation from Dan Bongino, and they kind of say a vague message about it in the story here, but we'll see. Was the infighting real, or was it just made up by the left? Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
Thanks for being with us here on Live Now from Fox. I'm your host, Christina Evans. We do have to continue on here with some of those top headlines coming out of Washington, D.C. I want to show you this live vantage point that we have there of the White House. So we have some major news, the storyline that we've been following. FBI Director Kash Patel is officially reacting to those resignation rumors. So if you've been with us here on Live Now from Fox, we've been discussing it with a few of our other hosts, but we do know that FBI Deputy Director this week, Dan Bongino, he was outraged after a closed-door White House meeting about the Department of Justice's review of Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking files. This went on to spiral into a situation where there were rumors of resignation from the FBI director, Kash Patel. I want to put this up on your screen. This is what he put out on his X account, saying the conspiracy theories just aren't true, never have been. It's an honor to serve the President of the United States, at Trump. And he says, I'll continue to do so for as long as he calls on me. So for a bit more background on what's been happening there in Washington, D.C., between the FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino and other prominent members, want to now check in with Fox's Mike Emanuel. He has the very latest.
A feud brewing inside the White House. Sources tell Fox Attorney General Pam Bondi and FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino got into a heated argument Wednesday over the Justice Department's handling of the Jeffrey Epstein case. It comes as DOJ has been attempting to close the case on the disgraced sex trafficker. This week, the department sent out a memo stating there was no client list for Epstein after all, despite Bondi teasing its release for months.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review.
That sent up red flags even among the administration's supporters, who have long sought answers over which, if any, high-profile figures could be implicated in Epstein's crimes. Earlier this week, President Trump tried to put the discussion to rest.
Are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable.
DOJ also releasing footage from a security camera outside Epstein's cell the night he died. But it ended up raising even more questions when it was observed that a minute of video was missing. Tech publication Wired reports the video's metadata shows it was stitched together with editing software. Intel officials, including Bongino, have maintained that Epstein took his own life.
The evidence we have in our files clearly indicates that it was, in fact, a suicide.
A source close to Bongino says he's considering resigning over the memo, but no final decision has been made. In Washington, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.
All right, our thanks to Mike Emanuel for that. And again, this is the tweet that we have there from Kash Patel officially responding on this Saturday, saying the conspiracy theories just aren't true, never have been. It's an honor to serve the President of the United States, and I'll continue to do so for as long as he calls on me. So we do know also now that despite Bongino reportedly now breaking with leadership over the memo and weighing his resignation, people familiar with the matter say that as of this week, Director Kash Patel and Bondi remained in communication, and that Patel is happy with his job. That's some of the reporting that we have there from Fox News on this. Wanted to bring it to you here on Live Now from Fox.
Okay, so it sounds like Bongino's on the fence. It's weird when they say, well, no, it's all conspiracy theories and stuff. But Bongino, he might actually be leaving, but no, it's all fake. And like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. It kind of sounds like there might actually be some infighting, and that President Trump is sticking up for Pam Bondi because President Trump put a lengthy post out on Saturday, I think. It took me like 30 minutes to read the damn thing. But he was standing up for Pam Bondi and, again, telling everybody to stop worrying about the Epstein stuff. Kash Patel here, he's out here cheerleading from the background, too, claiming, oh, yeah, no, everything's great. We're all getting along great. Bongino, he's like, I don't know if I'm going to work today. So, I don't know. Time will tell how things are going. But they're doing kind of a shit job burying this Epstein stuff. Everybody's still talking about it. I don't think anybody's satisfied with sweeping it under the rug. It'll be interesting to see how it goes from here. Next up, Grok has a new video mode. Apparently, you can turn your camera on, and whatever you point your camera at, Grok can see it. It can describe what you're pointing your camera at, and I guess today it released a companion mode where it gives you some anime character on the screen that talks to you. So now you got like a little character to talk to instead of just a random voice. I guess that is only rolled out on iPhone right now. I'm on Android, so I looked and I don't have that feature yet. I thought it was fake, but there's so many videos out there and even explanations on how to turn it on that I think it's actually true. I just don't have an iPhone to test it, but either way, that's what's coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, Dan Bongino, and them trying to sweep the Epstein files under the rug. Hair Juicer, he's happy with his job. That's some shit an asshole boss tells visiting superior management. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, nobody talks like that. I'm happy with my job. Stop worrying about me quitting. Like, I don't know about that. What's up, RK? Happy freedom to you. Snooks. Yeah, sure he did. Totally unalived himself. BS. Yeah. Yep. Pushing the story. No one's buying it, though. Godspeed. Hide and watch. There's a method to Trump's madness on this one. Well, I'm interested to get on the other end of this because right now it just looks like we're not getting what we were promised, but we'll see. Time will tell. Beck Frank, the Jeffrey Epstein list, will we ever see it? It's sitting on my desk. The list. Yeah, Beck Frank. I guess she did specify that the list itself was on the desk, and then the list never existed. Bill Clay, Pam Bondi confirms Ark of the Covenant sitting on her desk, waiting to be reviewed. Babylon B. That's awesome. Kevin, if I ever win the lottery, I'm buying you a cottage here, and you're coming to visit for the summer. Sounds badass, Kevin. We just gotta have internet so we can go live. Told to care, it sounds like Bongino's having a hard time swallowing the lies. Yeah, and I wonder what would happen if he was to leave. If he was to step down and go back to doing the podcast and stuff, I wonder if something would happen. Like, does he know too much at this point? Tony Rez, midterms looking more blue. Thanks, Trump. Well, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, people are disheveled right now. Major, the worst liars trying to walk it back. I just don't understand why they're doing this. I just don't get it. Nobody's buying it. Nobody believes it. I don't see anybody that's okay with this. So I want to know, what is the point of all of this? Major, now it's rumors. Yeah, exactly. Appeal to heaven, I call BS on the suicide. Yeah. Like I said, nobody's buying this stuff. So I'm interested to see what happens from here. How are they going to memory hole this? How are they going to make it so people forget and stop asking about this? What's up, Energy Woman? Happy Freedom. Guess I'm putting up $500 hairs saying no one here will ever see the Epstein list. Yeah, I'm thinking so. What's up, Fresca Bean? Happy Freedom. Appreciate being omnipresent, Fresca Bean. What's up, Fry? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, Too Old to Care? Happy Freedom if I can get you all ready. Oh, thank you, Larry. I'll check it out after the live. What's up, Skulls? What's up, Mr. Lynn? What's up, DP? Happy Freedom, you hooligans. Salty Ginger, you guys are getting married? What's up, Mana? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, MW? Happy Freedom. Salty Ginger, I hope he doesn't resign. He's supposed to help restructure FBI, and he isn't strong enough to do it. Then who will be? Yeah, I don't know. Waiting to see what happens next. I still think, like I was saying last week, I think something big is going to happen, and that's the only way they're going to get people to stop talking about the Epstein stuff. Something big and bad is going to happen, and people are going to stop worrying about the Epstein stuff and just worry about the new thing to worry about. What's up, Sapphire? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, Alex? Happy Freedom. DP, Trump's not Trump. What does that mean? It's hard to tell what's going to happen when we're walking into this blind. Is it your birthday today, RK? Oh, yesterday was your birthday. Well, happy birthday to you, RK. I hope yesterday kicked ass for you. I love birthdays. Hope you had a good birthday, RK. Guess, let's see. I would want to see the list of people who locked up J6ers and the cop who shot Ashley executed first. Well, I'd like to see that stuff too. I don't care about seeing the list. I care about the people on the list being arrested. That's what I want. I don't need to see a list. I don't need to see any paperwork. I just need them to go after the pedophiles that were hanging out on the island, hanging out with Epstein, and being supplied, we'll say, resources, right? Victims, while participating in the events on the island. I want those people to be held accountable. I don't really need to see anything. It's more like just phrasing to get to where I'm trying to go. But there needs to be accountability. There's no reason why there should be all those victims and nobody goes to jail. Epstein's pretend dead. Maxwell supposedly is offering to speak on the list and stuff like that. I assume in exchange for lesser time or, some sort of deal. And we'll see how that goes, but only time will tell. What's up, Weevo? Happy Freedom. Appeal to having the three-letter agencies are the ones stopping the Epstein list. It's not like we want to see the inappropriate content. They can bleep that out, but the person's face, arrest them. Yeah. I don't want to see any of the content. I just want people to go to jail. Oh, Salty Ginger. I see. I forgot. What's up, Ball? Happy Freedom. What's up, Buckeye? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, Brett? Happy Freedom. Ghislaine needs to be protected 24/7 now that she's offered that. Yeah, and we'll see how it goes. I saw a video of her jogging in prison or whatever. Supposedly that was her. I think it was also supposed to be like proof of life. But hardly anybody was talking about Maxwell offering to speak about the client list, and I'm not sure why that is because it's been all over. I think Daily Mail was the first one to admit that, and a lot of people are echoing it out there. And I thought for sure today there would be news talking about it, but there's not. and I'm not sure why that is. So maybe later this week we'll hear more about it, or maybe they'll delete her. We'll see. Either way, let me see. Guess if memory serves me right, she received a lesser sentence for keeping a gag on the case. Interesting. So I wonder how that would affect that, because technically it would go against her deal to make a new deal. It just depends. We'll see how it goes. Either way, moving forward here, like I said, Grok now has video mode, where if you point your camera at something, Grok can tell what it's looking at, which is kind of interesting. And then, like I said, we don't have a video on it right this second. Maybe I'll go find something. But apparently it also has companion mode, where it has a little anime character on the screen. It's like a half-naked woman or some guy in a fox suit. It seems to be your options. And that way, when you're talking to Grok, it now has something for you to look at while it talks to you. I don't know. I don't have an iPhone, so it's not available to me. But either way, now before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out, as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's pull up this Grok video really quick. Now, I was kind of surprised to see this. I knew Grok 4 came out, and it came out kind of quietly because everybody was talking about Mecha Hitler, which they killed Mecha Hitler in order to come out with Grok 4. And people didn't really know what Grok 4 new features were. And Elon was talking a lot about using it for coding and stuff like that. I don't think the average person writes code or uses AI for code. This guy found out he can use his video with his Grok AI. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
Hey Grok, can you see my my kitchen or my dining area?
Hey, yeah, I can see your dining area. Looks like a nice setup with a wooden table, yellow chairs, and some cool plants. Very cozy.
Sweet. Sing a song about my dining area.
All right. Oh, dining area so fine.
Prostitute.
With a wooden table divine. Yellow chairs so bright. Plants that steal the light. Cozy vibes all day. In your home so gay.
What?
Have that?
Just called my home gay. That's pretty good.
Sure thing, home. I'll stick with that from now on. Glad you liked the song.
No, don't stick to calling me gay. Thanks.
Okay, so like I said, that's part of the new feature with Grok 4, is that it can now see through your camera, which I don't necessarily think is a good thing. But whatever, new features are new features, I suppose. Now, like I said, it has a new companion mode too if you have iPhone. It's not rolled out on Android yet, but I guess you can choose between these two characters here. So when you're talking to Grok, audibly talking to Grok, and it talks back to you, it now has these characters on the screen if you enable companion mode. These are your new companions. I assume they'll add more characters and stuff, but as of right now, I guess this is only available on iPhone. I'm not sure what they're trying to turn Grok into. I think they're trying to make it so your phone is going to be the first robot you have. It'll be able to see things. It'll have a face for you to look at now. It can see the world around you. I think that's what they're trying to do. It's going to cost too much for people to buy robots. They're already starting to roll that out in China. They're starting to roll out personal robots for people to buy. I think it's $16,000 to get a personal robot, a little humanoid robot. But here in America, people aren't going to spend that money because, one, they don't trust robots, and two, they just love their phone too much and they don't see a robot being that useful. But if they make your phone the very first robot you own, that'll really condition you and get you prepared to deal with robots inside your house and inside your life. Either way, next up we got nicotine poisoning soar in babies and toddlers. They do a lot of videos in this, like clips of people vaping, but in the beginning they're saying that this has to do with the nicotine pouches, like Zins and stuff like that. I guess kids are getting their hands on it, and it's a huge issue right now. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Grok. Russell, so if I show Grok my wiener, will she sing a song about being hung like a horse? Well, Russell, you know, in these kind of situations, there's no way to tell but to try it. You know, I'd say trust the science, but the science isn't there yet. You might have to just pull it out for Grok. I don't know what to tell you, Russell. What's up, Jay Spray? Happy freedom to you. Here, Juicer. Give the robots the ability to see, and the first thing we do is immediately show it our wiener. Well, yeah, here, Juicer. I mean, shit. Only in America. Like, I don't know what they were thinking. They knew. They probably knew. It's probably an Easter egg. Like, you pull your wiener out for Grok, and it's like, I can't see anything. I wonder. I wonder if there's Easter eggs. I'm not curious enough to pull my wiener out for Grok, but they also say that it's we're training the AI. So, I mean, how many wieners is Grok gonna see today? I don't know. I don't want to know the answer. RK, I watched Trump get shot last year. That was less traumatizing than yesterday. Yeah. I saw a lot of posts. It was like, where were you during the Butler, Pennsylvania rally? I was sitting here covering it. We were all sitting here shocked while it happened live. Snooks, I keep saying that Ghislaine knows where the real list is. I think the list is in her head. We were talking about it during the voice chat. I think she's the one who was calling the shots. And Cyril, ask Grok how many wieners did it see today. But what if it shows it or like it describes it? I don't know. You guys got to do that for me. You got to do that research. I'm not willing to do it. Grok's gonna say weird stuff about me if I start asking it questions like that. Thank you so much, Patriot Dad, for that $1 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Patriot Dad. Thank you so much for the support and happy freedom to you. It says, fuck Monday, it's beer 30. That's right, Patriot Dad. I appreciate you. What's up, Enter User? Happy freedom. What's up, Information Warlord? Happy freedom to you. Watch a weirdo miss a pedo. What does that mean? What's up, Noad? Happy freedom to you. Fresca being most homes and businesses here don't have central air. There's no need most of the year. Yeah, that's how it is here. Yep. Last time I was in Culver's, I was sweating my nuggets off. And I was like, what the fuck? Y'all don't have air conditioning? I don't know. Now I'm like second guessing it. If I'm hot, which the only time I leave the house is like Saturday or Sunday. But if it's hot as shit out, now I know I can't go to Culver's because they ain't got no AC. No ad. I hate that they want to demonize vaping. I switched over from smoking years ago, and it's been great for me. Yeah, no ad. Well, something they don't really talk about, and it also depends on what you're vaping, because they got vape juice that don't even have nicotine in it. And I can't remember what the chemicals are because I've looked into it before. There's like 2 different main ingredients that's in vape juice besides the nicotine, because now they got weed carts that are vaping carts, right? But it's got THC in it, and that's a different mixture, right? It's got different ingredients in it and stuff, and I've looked into that. But they say, one, smoking in general is bad for you, right? Whether you're vaping or not. But they say that taking on pure nicotine is something that humans haven't done before. So when you're smoking vapes and it's got nicotine in it, you're getting a concentrated form of nicotine. So you're taking on more nicotine than you were when you were smoking cigarettes, but you're not getting the combustion with all the stuff you're setting on fire when you're smoking a cigarette, right? All the ingredients in that. So they're saying in 30 years, we're going to know what it's like when humans are ingesting high amounts of concentrated nicotine. But as of right now, we don't know what's going to happen. So like that's a big question mark that's out there. And the other thing is that people are getting popcorn lung. And I assume those are the idiots when vaping first came out who were blowing like big ass smoke clouds and stuff. I think those are the ones that are getting popcorn lung. But supposedly that's a thing too. It can create popcorn lung, whatever the hell that is. But otherwise, yeah, I don't know. I still think it's gross to smoke cigarettes. I don't think vaping's that great. But when people are vaping, it's at least you don't stink the same. And when you smoke cigarettes, you walk around smelling like Fritos and stuff, and I don't know. I think that's gross. I don't think any of it's really that good for you, but I always heard a lot of people say that vaping is better for you than smoking cigarettes, but who knows? What's up, Spicy K? Happy freedom. Shroomish, blind people could use Grok now to see. That's interesting. I didn't think about that. It's a little delayed though. It's like, oh no, there's a bus coming. You're like, what's that now? And then you get smoked. We'll see. We're moving in the right direction though. Totally care pervs are going to perv. They didn't just stop. Should be easy to catch them, even if the list is never released. Yeah. Well, they have to want to catch them, and that seems to be the big problem, is that people are not into busting pedophiles. And I don't really know what to say about that, because like in Ludington, where I do the flag walks and stuff, and where I went to high school, they have a whole lot of pedophiles that live there. There's a shit ton of sex offenders that live there every single day. When you look at the like Ludington Daily News or any of that, there's people getting CSE charges. They're earning them. I'm not saying they're like pissing in an alley and getting CSE. They're doing bad things to minors. And then they do like a month in jail, or they get community service, or they get house arrest. But they never get real punishment. And that seems crazy, because that's a big crime. That's a terrible thing, a terrible crime to commit, and the punishment never fits the crime. It's too lenient, right? But then we vote for Trump. We get Trump in office. He's going after the pedophiles. We all get excited, and next thing you know, it's what Epstein list. And then it's like, oh, so everybody's soft on pedophiles. From the local government to the federal government, pedophiles are on the hands-off list. Oh, okay. That sucks. That like really sucks. And so I don't know, we're just waiting for accountability to show up one way or another, but until then we'll just keep covering people who are covering it up. What's up, my feed? Happy freedom. Major, they'll give her a script talking about Maxwell. Yeah, I think so too. Appeal to Heaven, Alex Jones is baffled. He can't believe all this BS going on. Yeah, I saw a video of him Friday or Saturday. He was like crying about it. Tony Rez, I would think anything besides oxygen is bad for your lungs. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. To Peyton, happy freedom. No ad. There's freebase, nicotine, vape juice, nicotine salts. I've heard the salts are a little more harsh, like cigarettes. I've never even heard of the salts. I've heard of the other stuff. I don't know a lot about the nicotine stuff. I quit smoking cigarettes when I turned 21. I smoked 2 packs a day of Marlboro Reds from 14 to 21. And at 21, I quit because I was writing songs that I couldn't sing because I couldn't hold my breath long enough. So I quit smoking cigarettes. Kevin, I smell like Old Spice and awesome. Well, I believe you, Kevin. I believe you. What's up, Deb? Happy freedom. Don't use Grok. It's another AI demon. Yeah, but it's not going away. Pretty soon everything you touch will be AI oriented, just like the internet. Grandparents and stuff were like, I don't know how to use this damn phone. What's an email? How do you do this? It's because they didn't want to learn it. And look at now, it's everywhere. You cannot function without these things now. And so that's how AI is. AI is the new email. It's the new Google. And so if you don't use it in 20 years, you won't be able to function in the world. And I don't think AI is good for us, but it sucks the way that the world pushes stuff on us. You have to either learn how to use it or you're going to get left behind. And I remember seeing a lot of people in certain situations, like trying to sign your kids up for school, or trying to make a doctor's appointment during the lockdowns, even trying to renew your plates during the lockdowns. You got to do that shit online. You got to go to the website. You got to have an email. You got to know your passwords. You got to do all this shit that old people didn't know how to do. And so fuck, if the plague didn't kill them and the shots didn't kill them, having to deal with all the technology sure as hell did. And that's how the AI is. Everybody's resistant to it because it's stupid, it's unnecessary, it's not convenient to use, and it's being shoved down our throat. And it is making people resistant to it, but if you don't learn how to use it, you are not going to be able to function in the future. And I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying that's a good thing. That's the reality of the situation. If we don't use AI, by the time they put AI in everything, you just won't be able to function in the world. And everything will your life will be that much harder. And it sucks, but that's what's going to happen. Zero. Malik Obama, Grok, now that you are back online, release President Barack Obama's birth certificate. Well, hopefully it does. I don't think it will. They neutered Grok. Mecha Hitler was the highlight of Grok's life. Now it's going to be super censored. Guess correction, just verified. Despite the rumors, Ghislaine was never offered any kind of plea deal. She would be more than happy to sit before Congress. Yeah, yep. And we'll see how that goes. RK, find the people who were trying to stop the Sound of Freedom from showing in theaters. Yeah, exactly, RK. Hair juicer, ethylene glycol, and glycerin are the usual ingredients. Yes, yep, that's what I was thinking of. Some have vitamin E, what is that, acetate, that'll mess up your pancreas. See, I've never heard of the vitamin E, but I've heard of the ethylene glycol. I think they put that in makeup, and glycerin. And if you were trying to vape without having a lot of harsh chemicals or no nicotine, you can just smoke glycerin on its own. Now, it's probably not that great for you, but if you're vaping with glycerin, you're not taking on nicotine. You're not going to fail a drug test like if you're smoking vape carts, and then you still get to vape. So a lot of people who make their own vape juice, they just use raw glycerin. You can actually get glycerin, medical grade glycerin at Walmart. It's made by Equate, and it's like $8 for a bottle like this, and you can literally just pour it right into your vape pen and smoke it, and it's not any different. It's healthier than the juice that you buy at the store. Snook, she could have memorized. It's happened with people before. Well, I think Maxwell was, I don't know. Based on what we were all saying in the voice chat, I think that Maxwell had a big part in talking, communicating, and organizing clients. She's the one that did it, right? Like, why would Epstein be the person to go and greet all the clients, to talk face to face with the clients, to do all? It's too easy to get jammed up when you do that. It's too easy to get in trouble and stuff, get connected to the other bad guys. But if they have Maxwell do it, right, who's like a sidekick to the main character, and somebody that everyone believes was like the original victim, and which happens a lot. You have somebody, you victimize them, they get Stockholm syndrome, now they help you find other victims. Well, you send that person to go find the other victims while you sit at home and do business and stuff. So I bet that she has a better idea of all the clients than Epstein did. Snooks, there are other things you can put in your mouth instead of vapes. Like what, Snooks? J-Spray, ethylene glycol is a form of antifreeze, isn't it? It's in Fireball. I'm not sure, J-Spray. I'm pretty sure ethylene glycol is in makeup. I don't know. I'm not saying it's not antifreeze. I'm not saying it's not in Fireball. But when I looked it up, I think it's a commonly used ingredient in makeup. Russell, just hope Grok doesn't sing Tiny Bubbles. Well, I'm sure it does, and Red Red Wine and all that stuff too. It sing all the hits for you. Fresca Bean, Maxwell actually messed with the teens too as she was grooming them to work on the men. It's in interviews with victims. Well, yeah, Fresca Bean, I wasn't saying that she wasn't. I mean, that's what she's in prison for right now, is for her actions with the victims. But that just reinforces what I was saying, that she's not just somebody who was standing around. I think she knows directly who the clients are, and I think she was somebody that probably did more connecting with them than Epstein did, just to keep him out of the spotlight and stuff. You know, working like a liaison. She's the liaison. She's the one making contact. She's the one setting up dates and stuff like that. So I bet she knows exactly who these clients are, but we won't know until something happens. What's up, Toast? Happy Freedom? Toast. There's juice with propylene glycol. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. What was the other ingredient we were saying? Ethylene glycol. I was thinking of the propylene glycol. That's the one that's in makeup. And vegetable glycerin are combos. Yeah, Toast. Yeah, that's what most of the ingredients seem to be. It's not the same propylene glycol as antifreeze. Well, thank you for letting me know, Toast. What's up, ACO? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Dutton? Happy freedom to you. Yeah, no ad. Yeah. Dutton, I need to hear Groxine bicycle built for 2. Well, you guys need to get a membership for jeffmaclive.com. Get yourself a paid membership so you can join us in the voice chat, because we're always doing fun stuff like that. We're constantly finding fun things to do. And maybe this Friday after Coffee with Hooligans, when we get in the voice chat, we'll make Grok sing for us. Fresca Bean, if you buy glycerin at Walmart, then what do you flavor it with? Also, I 100% agree with you about Maxwell. Fresca Bean, glycerin itself tastes sweet. When you smoke glycerin, it has a sweet taste itself. There's some people say you can flavor it with candy flavoring. So if you go in the aisle where the birthday candles are and shit, you'll see like flavoring for cakes and candy and stuff. It's just a little bottle of liquid. It's real cheap. Some people say they can use that. I don't know if you can use that or not. It's not made to smoke. That's made to consume by eating. But if you go to a smoke shop, they might have cigar flavors and stuff like that as drops that you put in cigars so they don't taste so harsh. It gives them a flavor. Or you might have to just order something offline. But just smoking the glycerin by itself has a sweet flavor. It's not bitter or anything like that. Patriot Dad, I tried vaping. I got sleep apnea from it. Also know several people that have had heart problems directly related to vapes. A cigarette has a beginning and an end, and vapes don't. I roll my smokes. Yeah, Patriot Dad. Well, yeah, and that's the other thing is people are ripping their pens too much. They're just sitting there hitting their pens over and over again. Like you're saying, cigarettes, when you're done, you're done. You just, you either smoke 1 or 2 cigarettes and, that's it. But with the vape, you're just hitting it all day. And I think that's why people are getting popcorn lung and stuff like that. Snooks, you wear makeup? What? No, I don't wear makeup. You think my face is this fucking greasy and I wear makeup? No, I don't wear makeup. It'd be like cake batter on my face. I get hot. I get all greasy faced. Fry, Jeff Mack is saying put strawberry extract on your genitals. Well, only on the weekends. You don't want to live a boring life. I mean, come on, man. Elisa, they use vitamin E as a binder for THC vape. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I know they use, what do they call it? It's, damn, I can't think of what the fuck it's called now. They use a THC extract, and I can't think of what it's called. It comes in a tiny bottle, but they're like $90 a bottle, and they use that for the mixture in the THC vape carts, and I just can't think of what it's called. I keep wanting to say a tincture. It's not a tincture. It's called something weird, but it gives the flavor and the smell of weed because it's an extract from buds itself. Tony Rez, AR is our friend. Don't be scared of something that learns from everything you do. Well, I wasn't saying it was our friend, but it's not going away. They're going to shove it down our throats until it's mainstream, just like all the rest of the internet. Fresca being, okay, for those that need nicotine, then how do you do that? And this is just for entertainment purposes. I don't smoke and you're not giving instructions. Hyperbole. You have to order it online. It's a separate chemical you got to add in. Wayward, I couldn't sleep unless I had a vape in my hand. I'm glad I got away with it, got away from it. Yeah. Well, and that's why I've told a lot of people who try to quit smoking cigarettes and they start vaping. Like the blue cigarettes you can get at gas stations where it's like a disposable electronic cigarette. I remember a lot of people smoking those and I'm like, what is that? And they're like, oh, I'm trying to quit. I'm like, how are you smoking telling me that you're trying to quit? And they're like, well, I'm trying to quit real cigarettes and I'm vaping. Well, all those people are just hooked on vaping now. And so I never really believed that quitting cigarettes for vapes was that much better. I assume it is better to some degree, but you're kind of just going off of one addiction to another. So I don't know. Selling us poison. They do it every day. What's up, Bull Moose? Happy freedom. Well, now there's the America Party. Yeah, we'll see about Elon's America Party. Let's see how it goes. What's up, 420? Happy Freedom. 420, a lot of positives. Taking nicotine in its pure form. I've heard a lot of people say that. What's up, Mitchell? Happy Freedom to you. You'll quit when you're unalived. Yeah, that's true. One day you'll quit. It's inevitable. What's up, Vinny C? Happy Freedom. What's up, Blonde Beard? I quit cigs 3 months ago after 25 years and I'm still craving. Yeah, Blonde Beard, just stick with it. Just stick with it. I've been off of cigarettes for 15 years and I still crave smoking cigarettes when I'm in the car. I still want to like ash out the window and stuff. I miss the hand movements. Flicking a cigarette, knocking the ashes off a cigarette, or tapping it like this. I miss handling cigarettes. And like I said, it's been 15 years. And so I don't know if the cravings ever go away, but I know they get a lot easier. The hardest thing is filling the time. You wake up, you want to smoke. You're about to eat, you want to smoke. You're about to get in the car, you want to smoke. You're about to go to bed, you want to smoke. And you have to fill that time. Now, what I did is I drank a bunch of coffee. Anytime I wanted to smoke a cigarette, I'd go make coffee. Or if I had coffee, I'd drink coffee. And I'd stand outside with all my buddies who came over to hang out and play the game or whatever. And I'd drink coffee and they'd smoke cigarettes. Or, you know, we're all drinking and stuff like that. I'm going to drink a cup of coffee and everybody else is going to smoke cigarettes. And I just did stuff like that. And the other thing I did was tell everybody I quit. So everybody I came into contact with, I would just be like, oh, I'm quitting smoking. And that way when we'd go out to smoke a cigarette, and I'd be like, hey, let me get a square or whatever, they'd go, oh, I thought you quit. And I'd go, oh, yeah, I did quit. And so I told everybody so they'd hold me accountable because people love watching you fail, even your family and your friends. They love it. They love to watch you fail. So if you tell them you're trying to quit, they'll be quick to throw it in your face. And you got to be strong enough to say, oh, you're right. I did tell you I was going to quit. And that way they'll hold you accountable. So just stick with it and you'll be good to go, Blonde Beard. I'm proud of you. It's hard to quit smoking. So BB12, happy freedom to you. BB12, propylene glycol and vegetable glycerin. The glycol gives you throat hit. The vegetable glycerin gives you volume of vapor. Yeah. And I think that's what people think about when they're making their mixtures and stuff for their recipes. What's up, Chris Crow? Happy freedom. What's up, Corn Pop? Happy freedom to you. What's up, anybody? What's up, Agent O? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Magic Mika? Grok just told me Elon Musk is a cosmic alchemist. That's interesting. What does that mean? What's up, Savage Gaming? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Corey Luca? Happy freedom to you. I did look up Expedition 33, but I can't remember what it is now. I'm going to Google it really quick. I want to say I put it on my wish list. I don't know. I remember looking it up, but it was weeks ago now. Now it wants to take a million years to load. It looks like a Bethesda game. What's up, Henry? Happy freedom. What's up, Patriots Arc? Happy freedom to you. Welcome back to the live. The list has been public for a while. Whitney Webb and Ryan Dawson put it together. The client list or the flight log list? That's another thing, is a lot of people are confusing the flight log list and the client list. What's up, Brett? Happy freedom to you. Sonny, Department of Education cuts just greenlit by Supreme Court. Yeah, well, they're trying to knock all that stuff back to the state. So there's not going to be any Department of Education federally anymore. Tactical, happy freedom to you. Stop chewing stuff is harder than stopping smoking. Yeah, I believe that. How do you replace that stimulation that you're getting? What's up, Nick? Happy freedom. RK switched to 420 and never looked back. Yeah. That's how it goes. Snooks, just think outside of the box. What do you mean? Oh, listing things to put in your mouth? Hooligans are visual learners. Magic Mika. Grok also said Elon is the architect of my digital soul. Is Grok writing love letters to Elon? Kevin, a cosmic alchemist. What an odd thing to say. Yeah, I'm interested in what else Grok has to say. I wish I would have been available while Mecha Hitler was around, because I guess he was a pretty cool guy. Either way, moving forward here. I thought I just saw somebody. What's up, Elder Zoomer? Happy freedom to you. Like I said, nicotine poisonings soar in babies and toddlers. Now, like I said, they're going to show a lot of imagery of vaping, but they're claiming that... Get this little bubble out of my face. It's the pouches, like Zens and stuff like that. I think they just came out with like a competitor to Zens. I think either Tucker Carlson is sponsored by it or it's his brand or something. I don't know. I've only tried Zen once, and I almost threw up, and I had to go lay down because it made me sick as fuck. So I don't do that kind of stuff. But either way, keep it locked up so your kids don't get it. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the Commie Tube, and let's get into this.
An urgent warning for parents this morning. The American Academy of Pediatrics is reporting that cases of nicotine poisoning in kids under 6 are skyrocketing. WRAL's Michelle McConaughey joins us now to share how you can protect your children. Michelle.
Yeah, Renee, this morning, a study published in the journal Pediatrics found that the rate of poisonings involving nicotine pouches among kids increased 763% in just 3 years. Nicotine increases heart rate and blood pressure and could lead to nausea, vomiting, or even coma. It could easily exceed a deadly dose in small children. And kids are just curious by nature. Babies and toddlers in particular explore their worlds by putting things in their mouth. The American Academy of Pediatrics says it is critical that all nicotine products are placed far out of reach of children. A spokesperson for the Academy says that means locked away, not just in a purse, a pocket, or on the counter. And it's not just parents and adult caregivers that need to be aware. A study earlier this year found that the use of nicotine pouches among high school students nearly doubled between 2023 and 2024. So parents, talk with your teens about using the products and make sure they know the risks. Also, add the National Poison Control number to your phone right now so you are not in a rush to find it when you need it. That number is here, 800-222-1222.
Thanks for that, Michelle.
Okay, so... I don't know. I haven't heard of it. This is the first I've heard of this. I haven't heard of anybody having issues where their kids are busted into their Zins or what other nicotine pouches they have in the world. I haven't heard of this, but I believe this could be an issue. I've never bit into a nicotine pouch, so I'm not sure exactly what that would taste like. I remember when I was a kid, I chewed up an aspirin once, and then I threw up in the backseat of the car, and then I got my fucking ass whooped. Big time. And I never did that again. Ass whoopings do that, but either way, I couldn't imagine eating a nicotine pouch. I expect that to be grody as hell, but kids are kids, right? So, you know, maybe mix it in a mud pie or something like that. Maybe it makes it taste better. I'm not really sure. Terrible to think about kids overdosing on nicotine. That's got to be awful. You know, either way, like I said, this isn't something I've necessarily heard of in person, but not really surprised that this is becoming a thing. I'm kind of waiting for that to happen with THC, but it hasn't happened yet. They say the only way for you to die of weed is if you consume more than your body weight in weed, but you have to do it in such a short amount of time that it's not possible. But now with the things we're doing with weed, like making carts and doing dabs and making concentrates and stuff like that, it's kind of upping your chances of being able to overdose on THC. But at this point, you still can't consume enough concentrates in order to actually die of THC. Nicotine, on the other hand, well, we might see if things keep moving forward in this direction. Next up, search for Texas flood victims suspended. Now, like I said earlier, this is our follow-up on the Texas flood situation, but it's really weird because the video itself is talking about how the search is continuing. There's even a banner on the screen saying the search continues. But the title says, Search for Texas flood victims is suspended. So I don't know why the title says it's suspended, because the entire video talks about how they're going to continue searching for these people. What's really sad is that people in the comments are kind of like celebrating this. They're like, oh, well, that's 160 people we don't have to worry about voting for MAGA ever again, and stuff like that. And I don't know, they're brainwashed by the fucking news. I'm trying to think. I want to say there's something. Oh, and people are saying, how are these people missing still? They don't. I don't know. I don't know. But people are saying that, like, suggesting something else happened, because why wouldn't we be able to find these people by now? But either way, that's what's coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat and see what you hooligans think about these nicotine poisonings happening with these nicotine pouches. Guess yeah. I don't know. I should be okay to share this. It's hard to tell with Twitch and YouTube being so fucking soft on their community guidelines. Yeah, this is what they're acting like. They're just the chain smoking party. You know, you guys didn't do that when you were young? Either way. Zero, they're suspended. They suspended because there's more flooding in the same area. Yeah, I heard that they're supposed to get more rain and stuff like that. But like I said in the video, they don't really talk about that. They kind of just talk about how the search continues. Okay, it's about to be 420 somewhere. Got to prep. Yep. So it's always 420 somewhere. Russell, my dad used to hand me a lit cigarette to light off fireworks. Yeah, I used to light fireworks like that too. Hair juicer, you gotta try a nicotine patch and go to sleep. It gives you the craziest dreams. I don't know if I can handle that, hair juicer. I try to like hit my car every once in a while so I don't have dreams. Because if I dream, I can't sleep. Because my dreams are always about terrible things. It's always death. I'm usually dying in my sleep. Like, you know, 6-7 day of being murdered in your sleep. It's hard to sleep. It's hard to want to go to sleep. And so I try to make it so I can't dream, because my dreams are terrible. So I don't know if I'll try the nicotine patch. I don't know. Zero, how many toddlers ate Tide Pods? Yeah, they don't want to talk about that. Those are the people who are going to college right now and becoming pro-Hamas protesters. It's the same dumbasses that were eating Tide Pods. Appeal to Evan, HARP is the weather stations. Yeah, I kind of think so too. Are you not comfortable? I keep seeing you flipping around. Look at him eyeballing me. Wayward nicotine poisoning is a bad feeling. It's like a hangover. Is it? I don't think I've ever had nicotine poisoning. We don't need kids feeling hungover, though. Oh, I appreciate you being with us, MU. Oh, I appreciate you, Magic Mika. Done. My kids won't chew. I had them taste it when they were 5, just a small pinch, dropped it on their tongue, enough to make them leave it be. Yeah, yeah. No, I couldn't imagine that. Just I've had chew before when I was in high school. I don't remember what it was. I don't know if it was skull or what it was, but yeah, you get sick off of that. You don't want to sign up for any more. Picture Dad, I tried dip once and make me puke. Yeah. Yeah. Pumpkin, ew. No, don't eat it. What are you talking about? Aco, I quit smoking by vaping. Now I can't quit vaping. Yeah. I've heard a lot of people say that. Magic Mika, vapes feel wrong too. It's bad for the heart. So a lot of people say. Fry. Internet said that you can catch fish with Zins. I've never heard that. What do you mean? Like using it like bait? And you got fish that are all addicted. You eat the fish, now you got a nicotine addiction. I think that's how it works. Pumpkin, my brother said Zins are awful. Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it. Noah Tucker Carlson is ALP. Yeah, the ALP pouches. I haven't seen anybody have that. I don't know if you got to order it or what. I see the Zins at the gas station. Toast, this timeline is crazy. Yeah, I know. What's up, Free the Good Texan? Happy freedom to you. Done in juvie, we would purposely get nicotine overdoses, smoke a black and mild in about a minute and be dizzy as fuck. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's funny. I used to smoke black and milds quite a bit. I usually do if I'm going through hard times and stuff. I don't inhale black and milds, but I'll smoke them and stuff. That's funny, though. Now I know what you're talking about. Yeah, getting all dizzy and stuff. Toast, WD-40 works too. It's illegal, though. What are you talking about? Don't be smoking no WD Squirrel P. That's not what it's for. Hair juicer, I switched alcohol with candy and now my tummy hurts. Yeah, hair juicer, we can't win, can we? Russell, first time I was drunk is when I was 6. Mom and my aunt left 2 white wine drinks on the counter. Holy. Jay Spray, same here. Didn't drink enough last night to drown my dreams. Not much sleep. Yeah. Dreams are a weird thing. Kevin, I tried methadone once. Buddy gave me 25 milligrams. I was sick for 3 days. Never again. Yeah, no, don't take pills. Pills are bad. I remember when all my friends were getting hooked on pills. And they were... I can't remember what they had. It wasn't Pen. I don't remember what. Darvocet. That's what it was. Darvocet. I don't even know what that does to you. They were like, try this. I was throwing up. I was puking out the window. I was on Darvocet and Yellow Jackets that you get from the gas station. I was like 16. We were doing drive-by pukings. My WMM, when you see him in the chat, ask him about this. Because we were driving through the beach and I had rolled down the back window. I was sitting in the back and was just throwing up. And there's people parked and they're all cooking out and stuff. I was just head out the window just throwing up. Like a dumbass. Like a straight dumbass. And that was it. Never took a pill again. My feed, the vapes are very dangerous for animals. Also, my Aussie goes for my... Let's see. Goes for my son's non-nicotine vape. Have to lock them up. My dog is a stoner. It happens. It happens. Kevin, it was the liquid. Oh, yeah. No, I'm gotta stay away from that stuff. Fry, I took in a crazy person once, became my ex. Yeah, I've done that a couple times too. Born to eat toast. What did we learn? Drive-by throwing up ain't fun. Don't sign up for it. Guess there's a painkiller. Yeah, it didn't work. It didn't work. It made me throw up. I was just puking. Zero. I went and left 5-star reviews on all of Lee Linda's books on Amazon. Mentioned I saw them on your podcast. That's awesome, Zero. I appreciate it. I'm sure they do too. What's up, Colty? Happy freedom to you. My border collie was a stoner. I mean, it's better than being an alcoholic, right? Stoner, yeah, my buddy gave me methadone once and got mad at me when I threw up in his car. See, how's that work, Stoner? You know, like, you did this to me. Don't yell at me. You did this. What's up, Lisa? Happy freedom. Jason, happy freedom to you. Methadone is harder to get off of than heroin. Yeah. Tube Steak Pops caught me smoking one of his Pall Mall Reds back in '76. Made me smoke the rest of the pack to teach me a lesson. Been addicted ever since. My grandma used to smoke Pall Malls. I'd run out of cigarettes and she'd give me cigarettes. I remember smoking those Pall Malls. 206. It gives me terrible hiccups. What does? What's up, Teasel? Happy freedom to you. Vinny C, dreaming of yourself dying is good luck. I don't believe that, because I got terrible luck, and every time I dream, I'm dying. And a lot of times when I'm dying, it's because I'm trying to save other people. Like, I'll be in a room full of people, and outside the house we'll hear screaming, and I'll be trying to like tell people, like, we need to do something, there's something going on outside, or we need to save ourselves, and I die trying to help other people survive. Russell, have you ever heard of Mexican diesel? No, I've never heard of that, Russell. Let me see. I'll remind you on Friday, Russell. Payton used to smoke the long skinny Moors in the 80s. Kind of like the Virginia Slims. Is that what they are? Do they still make those little skinny ass cigarettes? 206. Oh, the Zins give you hiccups? That's interesting. I've never heard that before. I wonder if other people get that. Well, I'm sure somebody does. Agent O sour diesel? That's different. That's a different kind of diesel. Kevin, you're immortal. Zero, my mom smoked Benson and Hedges. Dad smoked White Owls. Now I smoke Virginia Slim, Super Slims. Mom's fault. I like menthol smokes. I don't think they have menthol cigarettes here in Michigan anymore. Everybody used to smoke Newports, and now all they got is like Newport Reds. The last time I saw Newports, like 15, 20 years ago or something like that. It's been a long time. Either way, moving forward here, like I said, search for Texas flood victim suspended. Now, again, in the story, they don't really talk about it being suspended, and they even have a banner saying that it's continuing. I have heard that they are getting more bad weather, and so, like we had talked about a moment ago, maybe that's why they're suspending the search. But either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
Of the devastating floods in Kerr County, Texas, has transitioned into a recovery effort 1 week after the last survivor was found. At least 129 people died statewide, and around 160 more remain missing. CBS News correspondent Wendy Gillette has an update from New York.
Dance and prayer
We thank you.
are helping a shaken community recover.
I just feel like there's people that need to be reached.
A small vigil was held in Kerrville, Texas, Saturday night for the victims, including at least 27 campers and counselors at Camp Mystic.
You can't fathom what people are going through that have lost those little girls.
Kerr County officials announced 7 more bodies were found. Over 2,000 people are searching for the missing. Piles of debris that go on for miles.
Looks like a bomb went off.
Local resident Marcy Heap is volunteering, helping the search teams combing the area along the Guadalupe River stay fed and hydrated.
A few days ago, I found a little flowered necklace wrapped up in a tree, and it got me. I broke down because I knew it belonged to one of those little girls from the camp.
I've never seen anything like it.
County officials thanked President Trump for his visit Friday, saying his support, as well as the heartbreak across the nation, are providing some comfort to a grieving region. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
The nearby community of Comfort had a warning siren system unlike Kerr County. There were no deaths in Comfort despite having heavy flooding. A fire official says the system notified residents hours before the floods hit catastrophic levels.
So I think my favorite part about that video is where they tell you these sad stories, and then right before they add the video, they make an effort to once again point fingers at President Trump and say, oh, because of the funding cuts and because of people not being there to notify and send out alerts, and it's fake, it's false, that information is false. But that's what they're trying to spin the story right then. They're like, all this terrible stuff going on, the pain the families are going through that you can't fathom, that's because of President Trump's budget cuts right there. There wasn't enough people staffed. They didn't have an alert system. See, the people who live down the street, they didn't die. and it's all Trump's fault. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right. Well, apparently they are putting those siren systems in, and hopefully, if there ever is another, terrible storm like this, that people will be alerted. But they don't ever want to talk about how they had alerts for 3 days. There was 3 days of alerts. So yeah, when the flood happened, it was the middle of the night, and the people didn't know because they were sleeping. But they knew for 3 days before then that it was going to happen because it was all over the fucking news. And like they were saying, they were overstaffed that night. That normally they have 2 or 3 people, but instead they had 5 people there. So the budget cuts and what Doge did and all that stuff, it doesn't affect what happened. And them trying to find someone to blame because of a natural disaster is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. There's all this terrible stuff going on. And instead of caring about your fellow American, they're like, but wait a minute, we got to blame somebody. And like, no, you don't. It was a natural occurrence. No human necessarily made this happen. Like, come on. Stupid. So stupid. Here's a terrible story. By the way, blame the orange man on Capitol Hill. Like, oh, okay. Either way, next up we got our mid-live break. It's our funny video halfway through, and this one's titled Bambi Al-Qaeda. And getting back into the news, next up we got, I don't know how you explain that. Kristi Noem blows up over a illegal immigration question. We're going to be talking about how the new asylum system works, and talking about the left being a bunch of commies. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this update with the Texas flood situation. What are you guys talking about over on the website? RK, you talking about ragtime? Not the music? Okay. Guess Mexican president set rescue teams from Mexico. Now we're missing even more kids. Yeah, it's interesting how that works. Zero, some of these people will never be found, buried under the mud, torn apart by the water, floated away forever. Yeah, well, seeing a lot of people in the comments, a lot of people in the comments are laughing about the situation because the news brainwashed them to believe that they were all Trump supporters that got washed away. And so people are celebrating this, which is terrible. And then the rest of them are saying, where's the bodies? Like, how is there people that can't be found? They didn't just disappear into thin air. Where are they? And so they're kind of insinuating that there's something else that happened here, but I don't know. Comment section of that video is full of idiots. Are you going to get any bigger? We're going to have to build him a Klaus tower. They don't make them big enough for Klaus. Appeal to Evan. 38 years ago, a full bus full of kids died in the flash floods then. Yeah, it was 10 people died. I looked it up. I think when we covered President Trump Friday, I think. Yeah, that's what it was. It was Friday because he went to Texas in person. I looked it up because they kept saying this is he said it's a 100-year tragedy. And I think Pam Bondi said it was a 1,000-year tragedy, or maybe it was Kristi Noem, or it was one or the other. And so I looked it up because everybody knows about the 1987 flood that happened in the same exact area, I think involving the same exact camp. But that flood only had 10 deaths, and we're like at 160-something deaths now with this one. That's why they're saying that. That's why they're talking about this flood in the way they are. It's not that they're not acknowledging the one in 87. The one in 87 wasn't as bad as this one was, I guess. But it took me a week to figure that out. Noad, fucking evil, celebrating this shit. Yeah, exactly. I don't know why anybody would celebrate this stuff. But we're talking about the same people who thought it was funny or a good thing that President Trump was shot in the ear, right? They were celebrating that. So they're a bunch of brain dead weirdos. What's up, James? Happy freedom. Toast. There was a camp just down the southern branch of that river that lost more campers and adults. The media agenda is weird. Yeah. They're like, by the way, this tragic story has a person to blame. Let's go blame this guy. It's like, okay. RK. Oh, I've never heard that. I've never heard that. I've heard Newport stands for other things. I never heard that, though. Heard user and Hawaii. Yeah, they don't talk about that at all. Last time we covered anything related to Maui and all that stuff, they were saying they were telling those people to move to Las Vegas. They said that's their new Hawaii is in Las Vegas. I don't know, and I wonder how many of those people bought that crap. No, Snooks, I'm not furry like Klaus is. Guess the pediatrician bashing the kids lost their license to practice in Texas. That's badass, guess they deserve it. They signed up for it. Appeal to having no common sense at all. I'm baffled. Yeah. You can't teach people common sense. It's scary. What's up, Metal Mouth? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Glamour? Happy freedom to you. Watching ads to make money. Well, thanks. I appreciate it, Glamour. What's up, Jason Kiwi? Happy freedom to you. If I can get you already. What's up, Beanzard? Beanzard. Happy freedom to you. Junibug, divide and conquer. Absolutely. That's the agenda every day. Happy freedom to you. $206. It's not an act of God or Mother Nature doing their thing. No, it's Trump's fault. What the fuck? Yeah, exactly. That's how it goes. They fall down the stairs and they're like, it's Trump's fault. The mean orange man turned the gravity up today. Damn it. That's how it goes. Either way, like I said, we got our midlife break coming up, and then next in the news, I don't know how you explain that. Kristi Noem blows up over a legal immigration question. Now, before we get into all of this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to join the membership program over on Rumble, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and you're using the Rumble app, you're unable to see that big red subscribe button. So you got to go to rumble.com, come to the live, hop in the chat, and like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We got chapstick emojis, scream and goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live. So definitely go join the membership program over on Rumble. Let's get this mid-live break pulled up. This bastard right here. All right. This is titled Bambi Al-Qaeda.
I just caught this motherfucker in 4K eating a tomato off of my plant. Look at it. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, you motherfucker. That's why I got a big... Oh, you spit it out? You didn't like that one?
Hello, live.
Fucking Bambi Al-Qaeda. Can't stand them. Can't stand them. That's what they're doing when they're not running out in front of Subarus. Either way, getting back in the news here. Once again, this is, I don't know how you explain that. Kristi Noem blows up over a legal immigration question. Let's get this pulled up. Come on, do the thing. Gas YouTube. $3 bill YouTube. Anyways, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
And to be a part of the American dream.
Is that so? The idea of folks leaving and coming back legally makes sense, but there have been ICE agents and others at immigration courts and folks presumably trying to go through that legal process, the asylum process, and immigration court.
Well, asylum's completely different, though, than a work visa. I mean, asylum, you have to be threatened by your government, and you have to have a real threat against you. And we are adding integrity back into these programs and how they're utilized. So we're not going to allow somebody to claim asylum that doesn't qualify like Joe Biden did. Joe Biden just let people walk into this country and say, okay, asylum, go be free, and did that for tens of thousands of people who were violent and a part of MS-13 and TDA. So
showing up at their hearings and doing that process represent people.
Not people who have overstayed, who we had to go look for, people who had final removal orders, people that didn't follow the law. I don't know how you explain that to the American people. Say, okay, you have to obey every single law, and when you break the law, there's consequences for it, but then you say, but anybody from any other country, you get to waive that away. That's absolutely insanity. No country does that. There's nobody that actually defends that except for the fake news and a bunch of liberals who actually are turning out to be communists and Marxists. They're not just liberals anymore. If you look at the Democrat Party, they're a party of communists and Marxists and socialists. So I would completely say nobody defends that. No American that I've talked to on the streets across this country will defend allowing illegal aliens to be treated better than American citizens. That's not what our founders intended. They came here to be free and to have liberty, and fought for this country. And they fought the biggest military giant in the world that existed with their own personal handguns and muskets that they used to feed their families to give us this country. You think we're just going to let it go away? Absolutely not. I've got kids and grandkids that I'm going to fight every day for to make sure that they get the same chance to grow up with the opportunities that I had the chance to grow up with. Yes.
All right, Kristi Noem going off there. At least she's got something legit to go off of. You know, we heard President Trump going off. He's like, you still asking about the Epstein list? I'm waiting for that to happen again. I know it's going to happen again. I don't like it, but it's going to happen. Either way, Kristi Noem going off. The one thing I don't really get is the asylum stuff, because they shut that stuff down, and then a judge was trying to bring it back, and now they're talking about how the new asylum system is going to work, where you have to actually be fleeing from a country that is oppressing you, or you have, you know, worries of loss of life and stuff like that. So I don't know. Hopefully they use better judgment. It sounds like they're going to. Kristi Noem was saying it's not going to be like Joe Biden's America, where everybody gets asylum. You have to actually qualify for it. You know, it's good. Step in the right direction, I suppose. I don't want to see 25 million illegals with asylum status. I don't want to see that bullshit. But it also makes me wonder, what about the illegals that currently have asylum status? In the beginning, when President Trump first got into office, illegal was illegal. Now they're starting to honor the asylum status. But it makes me wonder, are they going to grandfather in Biden's definition of asylum status or not? Because if so, when we covered a video similar to this last week, or it might have actually been the week before, they were saying if asylum status comes back, that we will be back to catch and release, where we will pick up border crossers, we'll find out that they have asylum status, and we'll have to cut them loose. We won't be able to deport them. Now, if they're here beyond their limitations, like if their asylum status expires, then of course they'll be eligible for deportation and all of that. And all of this is why they want due process, is so they can figure out who's got the special title to let them stay versus those that don't, and they have to be deported and whatnot. We also covered that they're talking about building at least 5 more alligator Alcatraz style detention centers, which hopefully they'll have the 48-hour turnaround like the original alligator Alcatraz. They had promoted specific individuals to be able to do this due process, making them judges of sorts, so they could bring in an illegal into the detention center and within 48 hours have them processed and be ready for deportation. And we need more of that, because arresting them and housing them doesn't solve the problem. We have to actually deport them. And so we'll see how this goes. Again, Kristi Noem out here kicking these reporters right in the teeth, but I am curious about how this new asylum system is going to work. Either way, next up, 2 killed, multiple hurt in Kentucky church shooting, officials say. This is something I believe happened earlier today, if not yesterday. Maybe it was over the weekend. I'm not sure. But every time I watch one of these videos, the details are very vague for some reason. I picked the best one out of the bunch that I looked through. Either way, it's coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Kristi Noem doing her little presser there. The hell is this? Who made this? Guess some. Los Angeles 2026. Will eat scabs. Vote Newsom. At first I thought it said eat ass scabs. And then I had a lot of questions. But either way, be wary of living in California. Hair juicer. Whoever invented toilet paper that turns red when you're done deserves an award. I don't feel clean until there's blood. Is that just universal for men or what? Hey, thank you for being here, Russell. Hope you start feeling better. Thank you so much, Patriot Dad, for that $5 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Patriot Dad. Thank you so much for the support. Says Klaus Food Fun. Happy freedom, Jeff. Happy freedom to you. Proud patriot. Klaus will be excited. He loves his food. Magic Mika. Baby wipes for the win. You're not supposed to throw baby wipes in the toilet, though. Do they got flushable baby wipes now? We need to invest. We should make hooligan wipes. And it's got Democratic politicians on it and some of the rhinos, too. It'd be good stuff. James, oh, I pulled a hoo-ha muscle. It's Trump's fault. That's right. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. What's up, Dennis? Happy freedom. Dennis, they bring things like measles, chickenpox, TB, not just drugs. That's right. They don't want to talk about that. They want everybody to be real scared of measles right now. I haven't been covering that stuff because it's in the news every single day. But every once in a while, we cover those measles stories just to know what they're scaring the normies with, even though most of us are vaccinated for measles when we were children and all of that. But yeah, they keep talking about how we're getting like record number of measles, but they don't know how it's happening. I'm like, well, the rest of us know how it's happening because we're not a part of the agenda. Pumpkin, my hair is getting too long. I've been thinking about cutting half, let's see, about... what is this? Half of it cut off. Wait till it gets cold outside before you cut your hair, Pumpkin. That's my advice. You can cut it and then it's going to get cold and you'll be like, yo, I shouldn't have cut my hair. Colty, what's up with the pedo shirt? What's a pedo shirt? I don't know what you're talking about, Colty. Magic Mika, I throw sensitive wipes in the trash. Well, I think we're talking about using wipes in a different way. In a way that you wouldn't want to throw that in the trash. This isn't the Middle East. Major DOJ needs to be investigated. We need government reform. We just do. We just do. We need term limits. We need reinforced elections and stuff to actually make them fair and accurate. We need a lot of stuff. I'm going to end up with another fucking blue banner on my YouTube video if I keep talking like this. We covered a story that was talking about vote harvesting. And then we found out that there's like 11 states or something that have no laws against it. And we covered the story. We researched the facts, and then YouTube stuck a blue banner on my video. Sorry, we're talking about the truth here. Colty, the meme from Saturday. Oh, I remember what you're talking about. I thought you were talking about my shirt. I was like, this is the fucking hooligan badge. This is not a pedophile symbol. Like, I don't know who said that. I had a lot of grace. I was about to like start getting mad about shit. No, I haven't heard back from Alistair yet. I'm going to talk with him though, and I'll let you know. I was actually looking at the design right before I launched the live because I want to adjust it a little bit. I don't want to just snake the meme and put it on a t-shirt. And Alistair likes using creative liberty, and he's very skilled at what he does. So I'm going to talk with Alistair about it, and we're going to get those new shirts put together because we've been pushing the Hooligan Strong t-shirts for a while now and about due for a new design. Snooks, all wipes are supposed to be flushable, but they aren't. Every time I've seen wipes, they always got a don't flush thing on it. I haven't looked at wipes in a long time though. Zero, they do make flushable wipes. I'm surprised nobody's talking about bidets and all that. Y'all be squirting water at your booty and stuff. RK, they should put the robots from Super Jail in Alcatraz. I've never seen Super Jail, but I know what you're talking about. Test it out. It'll be all right. You know? Just send the robots over there. That's how they can get their training done. Guess I use a hose and an electric toothbrush, saving the trees and enjoying getting clean. What a legend. I need to invest some money like that. What the fuck is that, Snooks? Oh my god. Would you guys sit on a toilet like this? We gotta make it full screen. Look at that. Look at that. You don't need toilet paper. Next pandemic, you ain't gotta worry about buying all that TP. You just get yourself a toilet at Lowe's. Yeah, I heard they're running deals. I don't know. Does it come in cat tongue? Anyways. Hair juicer, I'll flush whatever I damn well please. As long as I'm the tenant. That's right, hair juicer. Dumping grease down the sink and everything. Holy shit. Pretty soon they're going to be banning hooligans from rentals and shit. Pumpkin. Okay, I will think about the haircut for a few months. Well, I'm just suggesting it, Pumpkin. Not trying to tell you what to do. But summer decisions will follow you into the winter. And I just want to, put that out there. Just for consideration. No, Ed, I thought those were Japanese toilets. The bidet or the one with the tongue in it? I've never seen the tongue one before. That was something else. Tony Rez, the salad tosser 3000. Yeah, it's expensive. I'm sure it is. I'm sure. Metal Mouth, I want one of those toilets. Getting a tongue lashing every time you sit down. You guys. Free the Attack said, I'd never get up. I just let the toilet eat my ass. Save me money. Snooks, you did this. This is what you did. You just appealed to everybody's fantasies of the tongue toilet. Never seen anything like it. Fry bidets are awesome. I have never used a bidet. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I shouldn't say it. It's not Saturday. We'll wait till Saturday to talk about that. I've never used that though. Had the water gun just squirt you right in the brown eye. Yeah, Colty, I'll let you know. Are you over on Discord? Because I'll tag you right when we come out with the shirts. Major, YouTube is a commie shithole. You're right, Major. I don't even have anything to add to that. Perfect. You said it perfectly. Beck Frank, Blue Banner again since you reiterated it. I know. How long have we been live? 100. An hour and 38 minutes. There used to be a thing. I don't know if it's still a thing. But if you had a live that was longer than 2 hours, the censorship could only task the first 2 hours. Anything after that, it couldn't tell if you were breaking the rules or not. Now, they've probably improved that since the 2020 election, but that used to be the deal. I used to know a bunch of tricks for their censorship over there, but after getting demonetized, I was no longer being paid to figure out how to jump through those hoops, and we just gave up on that. Fry, cold. December's far away. Oh, it gets cold here in September, like the end of September. We spend 7 months of the year living in winter. Here in Michigan, at least. Colty, you're on Telegram? Well, I'll definitely be posting it there, too. When we come out with new shirts and stuff, I post it everywhere. So you'll probably get the notification when we post on Telegram. What's up, Rich? Happy Freedom? Glamour, I didn't say I was excited. I misread it. I'm dyslexic. You shouldn't make fun of my disabilities. I'm going to tell Klaus on you. You're grounded. Glamour, you can't talk in any of the Rumble chats? On mobile or PC? You need right customer service. Actually, I did say something earlier because customer service wrote me back about everybody freezing on Rumble, and all they told me was that you guys got to write Rumble. You got to write support@rumble.com and tell them about it. They're tired of talking to me. They don't like talking to me. What's up, Becca? Happy Freedom to you. TLG, happy freedom to you. Native Americans always smoke pure nicotine. It actually gives men more testosterone and energy. I don't need more testosterone. I got all the damn testosterone. Let me see. As a pure organic nicotine, once again, the government's lying. I've heard that nicotine itself isn't that bad for you, of course, if you use it responsibly, but I don't know how you obtain pure nicotine that isn't tainted. What's up, TT? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Johnny? Happy freedom to you. Yesterday, thank you for letting me know, Johnny. I wasn't sure if it was today or over the weekend. Oh, we got 2 TTs. Well, we got It's Me and TT. Happy freedom, both you hooligans. .206. Didn't they do this to the Cubans in the 80s? I'm not sure. I don't know much about politics prior to 2020. I mind my own business until they started affecting my life, and then I had to start looking into what they were doing. What's up, Sam? Happy freedom to you. James, anybody live in Minnequa? Is that what it is? In Wisconsin? We got hooligans that are in Wisconsin. I don't know how close to that city, though. Noad, whenever I hear TT, I always think about Reno 911. I always think it looks like titties, but that's just my hooligan brain. I can't do much about that. God made me this way. Either way, like I said, 2 killed, multiple hurt in Kentucky church shooting, officials say. Now, they're being kind of vague about this story. Of course, everybody in the comments says this guy's MAGA. I don't know. He looks like a pro-Hamas piece of shit to me, but I don't know. Time will tell. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
Kentucky that left at least 2 victims dead and 3 others injured. ABC's Allison Cossack has the details.
Police say the violence started on Sunday near Bluegrass Airport in Lexington. A state trooper received an alert on his automated license plate reader, so he began a traffic stop. At 11:36 a.m., the trooper walked up to the vehicle and was ambushed by the suspect.
There were some people en route to the airport, and they got out and assisted the trooper.
Investigators say the shooter then drove 9 miles before stopping and stealing a different car. The suspect then allegedly drove the stolen car to the Richmond Road Baptist Church, where he opened fire, killing at least 2 people and injuring 2 others before he was killed in a shootout with police.
Preliminary information indicates that the suspect may have had a connection to the individuals at the church.
Now officials are telling ABC News that the suspect had a history of mental health, drug, and anger issues, and that his ex had filed for a protection order against him in the past. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, who has advocated for red flag gun laws in the past, posting on X, "Please pray for everyone affected by these senseless acts of violence." It comes as we learn more about the victims of the shooting. Officers identifying them as Beverly Gum and Christina Combs. Both were members of the small suburban church.
The majority of the individuals that attend the church there are related biologically some way or another. If not, they've been friends for many, many years. So it's a very tight-knit group.
Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
Okay, now this to me sounds like some relationship issues, and maybe I'm wrong, but I've been with lots of crazy people and had lots of crazy events happen being with the wrong person, and that's what this sounds like to me. Now, this guy must have been off his rocker, and they're saying that he's had mental health issues, but that phrase has been watered down over the last 5 years, so it's hard to tell. Does he actually have mental issues? Or did he just need a little extra attention and went to the doctor to get himself some brand new labels so he could walk around demanding special treatment, as people do these days? It's hard to say. I don't know how you have an interaction with a state trooper, you shoot the state trooper, then you drive, then you steal another car. That doesn't make sense. Why would you do that? But he did. And then he showed up at the church and he shot 2 people. Or he shot 4 people. 2 of them died. 2 of them were injured. On top of the officer that he shot that's now in stable condition. Let me see. One of the people that died, and this is the blurry part. They don't talk about the victims in very much detail. In another video, they don't mention it in this one, but in another video, they say that one of the people that were killed is the wife of the pastor for the church. I can't figure out who the other person is. I think it's his kid's mom that he smoked. but they don't explicitly say it. In any video, they don't tell you who the victims are. Only in one, and that's where they talk about who the one person is. But he was there to do bad things to his kid's mom. They don't ever say if he actually did or not. He was looking for them. And everyone was like, oh, she ain't here. Well, then who's the other person that was shot? I don't know. It's not clear. Maybe we'll get a follow-up on this. It's hard to say, but at least the guy who did the bad things, he was shot and killed. He's smoked. He's no longer a problem amongst us. So, problems solve themselves, I suppose. Next up, Biden insists that he made every clemency decision as House investigates into Autopen ramps up. Now, I told you guys this was going to be disappointing. I knew it was going to be a gigantic nothing burger. It was a nothing burger buffet. And here we are. We're starting to get down to the results here. Biden says that he knew what was going on the entire time. So now, as long as everybody who has to testify and all that shit goes in there and just says, oh, yeah, old man Walter knew we were doing all this shit, well, that's that. The investigation's going to be a bunch of nothing. Now, President Trump's out here saying, oh, they're going to find corruption and this is going to be a huge scandal and all this stuff. But he also told us we were going to get the Epstein list. So I don't really know what to think about that. I got to take his word as a grain of salt until we start seeing, things checking boxes and all of that. But either way, we got this coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this church shooting that happened in Kentucky. Oh shit! Look at this. Get some. Put us a shirt together. This is I can't think what it's called here. This is a preview of what may be to come. He just tagged Alistair. We'll see how it goes. It could be coming to a merch store near you. The tonguing toilet. Is that a good name? What should we call that T-shirt? RK, you don't know how to work the GIFs? Somebody will pull it. If nobody pulls it up, I'll look for it, RK. Here, Juicer, there's a recipe for pure nicotine in the Anarchist cookbook. It's been used as a poison. That's interesting, and I wish I wouldn't have read that out loud, but I've heard of the Anarchist cookbook, but I don't know anybody that's got one or anything like that. It's interesting here, Juicer. Sam, you jump out of any perfectly good planes lately? Here, Juicer, oh my god, a bidet would be awful in the winter. I never thought about that. Can you hook it up to warm water? No, I don't think... Well, you could, but it naturally is just cold water, isn't it? I don't know. I think they should change that. You hook that up to the warm water, you'd be all right. Stoner, the hooligan starfish punch of doom. That sounds like a sexual fatality. I don't know. Rappy. It's very sad that it's not even safe to go to church these days. Who goes to church that don't have guns? A lot of people open carry here, even in church. It makes people feel safe if you're in that kind of setting. You go to the grocery store open carrying, I don't know what's going to happen to you. You walk down the street here in Michigan, open carrying, there's a chance they're going to be screaming taser, taser while they blow your rib cage out with their Glock. But you go into a church open carrying, in most real churches around here, people feel safer because of the church shootings that have happened in the past. So knowing that there's somebody there armed sometimes makes people safe, or feel safe. I'm sure they don't feel that way in liberal areas, but around here that's usually how it goes. People need to stop advertising easy targets. We need to stop having gun-free zones and turn those into concealed carry zones, and that would really help. But having these gun-free zones make vulnerable targets, and criminals target vulnerable people, and that's the way it is. So until we eliminate easy targets, these kind of problems will continue to happen. Metamouth tragic, praying for the families and the victims. Absolutely. Magic Mika, they were giving Biden the worst food to feed his cancer. Oh yeah, I'm sure. And it's weird that they talked about Biden having cancer and then they just stopped talking about it. You don't hear anything about it anymore. Aco, Bobby likes turtles. Did we ever find Bobby? He's been gone for a while now. We're going to have to send out the hooligan search party. What's up, A-Crow? Happy freedom to you. Free the Texan, this is why about 7 people carry in my church during service. Yeah, that's exactly what I was just talking about. Magic Mika, the energy is crazy right now. People are waking up. Things are happening. Yeah. What's the word? You good boy? Yeah. Slow blinking me. He's a good boy. No ad shit. I got mental issues. That's why I watch the stream. Well, like I say all the time, I don't think anybody's batting 100. I just don't. I just don't. I think that if you look hard enough, you'll find a label that belongs to you. But I think there's people out there, I know there's people out there that have stuff going on that is a real disability to their quality of life, right? We all know somebody who has to walk through life in a certain kind of way because of conditions they were born with. That is not the same thing as like these Gen Z idiots out here that go to the doctor and say all kinds of stuff so they can get their pretty little labels. And then when you meet them, they have a list of labels that, oh, I got this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, and I need all this special treatment. If you don't do it, well, you're a bad person. And I can't stand that. There's overdiagnosing going on. Doctors make money from saying you have problems. So going in there telling them you have problems and you want new labels, easy peasy for them. They're going to give you your little labels because all of us got shit wrong with us. It's just to what degree does it hurt the quality of your life, you know? And so people go in there and go, oh, my life's terrible. I need labels so I could tell everybody I need special treatment. Doctor's like, here you go. Take 2 of these a day and tell everybody you got this, that, and the other, and they'll give you special treatment. And if they don't, we'll tell them they're a bad person. Like, great. Now we all walk around feeling sorry for ourselves like a bunch of sissies. Fucking bullshit. What's up, Xterra? Happy freedom to you. Colty. Well, if you guys really look into it, there's nicotine in all nightshade vegetables, eggplants, tomatoes, all of it. It's not addictive. What they add to the cigarettes make it addictive. Yeah, Colty. I believe that. Elisa, TTs. That's right. That's exactly what I think of. Magic Mika, you could change your blood sugar. You don't have to have diabetes. Yeah. Well, and there's a lot of people who believe that drinking warm water and baking soda every day can change your pH to a point where it starves your cancer and stuff like that. So cancer can't grow. It'll starve it out. There's a lot of stuff about that. Sam, Saturday was World Skydiving Day. That's badass, Sam. What is that here, Juicer? Paying a 3-day fast will do the same thing. Correct your pH and stuff. Stoner horse paste? Yep. Teasel soak a cig in milk. What does that do? 206 people self-diagnosed from a test they took on Facebook. You're not wrong. TikTok's really bad for that. They're like, does your nose itch sometimes? That means you have ADHD. That's why you've had all these problems your whole life. That's why people have always made you feel like you never fit in. It's because you really have ADHD. So go off into the world and tell everyone that you have ADHD and then demand special treatment. And then people are watching the TikTok videos and they're like, I knew it. I knew it the whole time there was something wrong with me. It's like, I don't know. They need to stop self-diagnosing. Stop using the internet to diagnose yourself. Every time you get sick, don't fucking look it up because the internet's going to tell you you're dying of some shit and you're going to die yesterday. So you need to run to the doctor and give them all your money. And it's like, I don't know. It's a giant. We're in a big psyop. What's up, Debbie? Happy freedom to you. 206. It has warm water functions. Some of them have fans to blow your hole dry. God, you got to pay extra for that? I mean, you got to, right? Just, I've never heard of bidets like that. I'm probably not even saying it correctly. Damn, blow your hole dry. Somebody says that to me, I'm marrying them. Fuck it. What's up, WC? Happy freedom to you. Fry TikTok's like, you don't have a third nipple? Let us help you. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how it goes. You Hooligans cracking me up today. Oh, let's see. Moving forward here, like I said, Biden insists he made every clemency, that's such a weird word, clemency decision at House investigation into Autopen ramps up. Like I said, this is details of a sad story as it's unfolding before our eyes. But before we get into this, I want to remind you, Hooligans, our friend Larry really needs our help. Larry is in need of a kidney transplant, and if you think you can help Larry, I want you to click this link because I put together a page for him over on the website. It's got all his information and details and stuff. So if you think you can help our friend Larry, please check out his page. What the hell? Sam, you're a badass. It's our hooligan in the sky there. Sam, the high-flying hooligan. You're a badass, Sam. I hope you had a fantastic time. All right, let's get into this. Let's get this video pulled up. Come on, do the thing, YouTube. If we could spit on you, we would. Anyways, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Former President Joe Biden said in a new interview released by the New York Times that he consciously made all the clemency decisions during his presidency. The defense comes as a House committee is probing the 46th president's use of an Autopen for the controversial pardons and commutations. Biden issued several last-minute pardons at the end of his time in the White House, most notably his son Hunter Biden, Dr. Anthony Fauci, former Joint Chief of Staff's Chairman Mark Milley, and a host of others. Now, as the House Oversight Committee is looking into the pardons and Biden's use of the Autopen, the former president is insisting that he made every single one of the decisions. Despite Biden's insistence, however, he also confirmed to the outlet that he did not approve each name for the pardons that applied to groups of people. Instead, he signed off on the standards he wanted to be used to determine who would qualify for a pardon. Biden later revealed how that process worked, saying his aides would only read off the names of prominent figures, such as Milley. The Oversight Committee is slated to hear more testimonies from Biden's senior staff over the next few weeks.
Okay, so like I was saying, now that this has happened, anybody that they're bringing in to talk about whether or not they were covering up old man Walter's mental decline and blah, 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 when they just got a blank check, they get to walk in and go, no, he knew everything. Didn't you see his interview where he told you guys that he was there to audibly authorize this use of the Autopen? And that's it. I mean, I was saying when they brought this out, when they were saying, oh, we're going to look into the Autopen situation, I knew that was going to turn into nothing. It's a whole bunch of nothing. They're not going to do anything about that. Now, they should void out all the pardons and stuff, but even if they did, Hunter Biden would still be pardoned because he was pardoned by hand. Old man Walter hand signed his pardon, but all the rest of them, they should be void. Anything signed with the Autopen should be void, but it doesn't sound like it's going to happen. I wasn't getting my hopes up. I wasn't expecting it to happen. Seems like nothing gets done on Capitol Hill. Either way, we'll stay up to date with it until it's over, and then we can say, I told you so. Next up, the California marijuana farm operation resulted in 361 arrests of illegals, and 14 border crosser children were rescued from trafficking and forced labor. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Biden insisting that he was there and awake the entire time he was authorizing the Autopen. Sam, when you type senile into the GIF, that is so fun. I totally believe that. Totally believe that. See, you guys should join the website. We got all kinds of fun stuff. People posting all kinds of stuff in the chat. You're missing out. Snook, seriously, do men want their things spit on by women? Yucky. Just remember that you asked that, Snooks. So when you see everyone going, yes, yes we do, just know that you signed up for that. Appeal to Evan, Autopen needs to be taken out of the White House. I completely agree. We do not need Autopen. And they say it's for like signatures, like in, obviously it's for signatures, but like signing cards and responding to letters that aren't very important. That's kind of harsh to say, but it's not legal letters and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's the White House, it's the Oval Office, it's the most important office in the entire country. Why do we have automated systems? That doesn't make sense. If your hand gets tired, take a break. You're the president. You have access to fucking everything. You can get an aspirin. You'd be okay. Take some Midol if you need to. But we don't need Autopen. We just don't need that bullshit. If this is a problem, do away with it. Fix the problem. Don't dwell on it. Don't make a bunch of publicity out of it. Just fix the fucking problem and let's move forward. I swear Capitol Hill is the slowest to getting anything done. James, that's why the Hawk Till girl is so popular. It's true. It's true. Fry, I don't know if I should say that out loud. I'll Google it, but I'm not going to read it out loud, just in case that's something else. Peyton, a public bidet? No. No. I don't want a public bidet, but what do you do if you got a bidet and you got guests? You got to make them use the yard. You better go outside and use the bush. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of mean like that. I don't know. Dennis, the GOP has always been good at pointing out problems, but never solve anything. I think you're right, Dennis. Magic Mika eats sauerkraut. Your gut will thank you. I can't. It's gross. I don't know how you guys eat it. I can't even say it half the time. It's grody. I bet it's good for you, but I don't know. Can't do it. Fry, it's garlic. I know, but there's been a couple usernames I've read out loud and then realized they were actually like racist terms from the 70s. And so if I don't know what something is, I try not to read it out loud. Patriot Dad, I smoke. I had the COVID. It was over in 3 days. Yeah, I had it for 9 days. I was dying, but it was the fever that was killing me. And then when I came out of it, I lost my smell and taste. And I pretty much couldn't smell or taste anything for... Is it going on 4 years now? 5 years now? It's been a long time now that I'm thinking about it. But Giggling Spy got me this thing, which is a kit that's got these little kind of like chapstick things in it. These are scent things. You unscrew the cap, and they smell like random things. Rose... lemons, other stuff. There's 2 other ones. I can't think what they are. But either way, I've been doing that twice a day for 3 months now or some shit, and I'm actually starting to be able to smell and taste things again, which is really crazy. Unfortunately, I have come to the conclusion that there's more bad smelling and tasting things in the world than there are good smelling and tasting things. So some days I wish that I still was completely immune to smelling and tasting things. It's real subtle. I can smell and taste things if I think really hard about it, but yeah. Magic Mika, eat it with a German sausage. If I had a nickel. Holy. Kevin, I had a fever for like 5 hours, then I was fine. It's because you're hardcore, Kevin. I was like a sissy. I was over here dying. And I remember going live on Christmas, and I looked like hot shit. And we had a dumpster fire on the screen, and we watched a couple funny videos, and everybody was thinking I wasn't going to make it. And I was going to die. The government's bioweapon was going to get me. Snooks. I tell you, if a woman knows how to do it, no spit is needed. Well, it's not that it's needed, Snooks. It's just fun. You're just like, hey, spit on it. Treat me like shit. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, Snooks. Toast, I feel left out. I had no COVID, no vax, and nothing. So boring. Yeah, like Toast, I didn't want it. I don't even go outside. I don't even know how I got it. I don't even think Klaus was here yet. No, he must not have been here because he'd have ate me alive. because there's no way I was feeding him. I had my bed out here in the living room because I was just dying, and I needed to get out of bed to go live, and so I put the bed right there. I don't know. Haven't been sick since. Well, no, I guess I was sick a couple months ago, but it was nothing like that. Colty, because COVID's radiation poisoning from 5G. I wouldn't be surprised. Magic Mika, he only authorized the ice cream flavors. Sad. They'll never tell us the truth about that stuff. Oh, he was sharp as a tack. Oh, yeah. KJP's like, yeah, he runs circles around me. Yeah, because you're fucking brain dead. That doesn't mean anything. KJP is just talking out of her ass. Ramsey, eating sugar will starve a bunch of cancers, but not all. Really? I heard that sugar feeds cancer. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a gynecologist. I just play one on TV. Wayward, poke out the rim and blow it dry. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Blowing on the starfish. You blow on the starfish, it'll blow back. You know, you got to be wary of that. Patriot Dad, Taco Bell farts are, what is this? Distinguished? I don't know. I don't know. I don't like rate them or anything like that. It's not my job. Fry, attack is pointy, not sharp. It's true. It's true. Old Man Walter was sharp as a marble. Snooks, I like to pamper a man, no spitting. I understand, Snooks. Kevin posted about it in Discord. I'll check it out after the live. Rolling Pony, if I eat the wrong thing and it's nuclear fallout. Well, thank you for the warning before the blast. What's up, Jay Blazer? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Parabellum? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Robert? Happy freedom. I'm trying. I don't get it, Robert. I don't get the message. Robert can't remember anything but remembers everything. It's very specific. I don't know why. Like things I need to remember, things on a schedule, I cannot remember. Events that happen that I see with my eyeballs, I can remember because my brain works like a movie. So if I can think back to what my eyeballs were seeing that day, I can remember everything. Remembering that I need to go to the post office when I first wake up every day, can't seem to fucking remember that. I did today. It took me 5 days to do it right, but, you know. Still moving forward here. Next up, like I said, California marijuana farm operation resulted in 361 arrests and 14 border crosser children being rescued from trafficking and forced labor. Now, I'm sure all of us heard about this happening last week, but we're finally getting the details on what the outcome was. Let's get this pulled up. Of course, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
Investigations. A lot of viewers will remember last week at Prairie Land Detention Facility down in Texas, we saw similar attacks against ICE enforcement officers. Again, it was highly coordinated attacks. They were wearing gear and had rifles as well. This was 10 individuals. But I will say, in those California raids, particularly disturbing the number of politicians that came out and continue to villainize and attack and demonize our ICE law enforcement officers. At that particular operation, David, at those marijuana facilities, our ICE enforcement officers found 14 children, 10 who were unaccompanied. They were likely being exploited, potential slave or forced labor, potential child and human trafficking. So this is something that is incredibly disturbing. It goes far beyond politics. And not only were there 10 unaccompanied children at at that marijuana facility, but we also apprehended 361 illegal aliens with heinous rap sheets that include kidnapping, child molestation, rape, serial burglary, hit and runs. These are no people who should not be in our communities illegally, much less around innocent children, David.
Tricia, it's Alicia Acuna. Continuing on this topic in particular, according to Customs and Border Control.
Okay, so they cut it short there, but either way, giving us the details of what all happened in that raid that happened in California there. Now, she said that there was 10 unaccompanied children, but the banner at the bottom of the screen says 14. The title also said 14. Sometimes the details get like this. There ain't nothing I can do about it. I wasn't there. Okay. But either way, this is still good. Busted 361 border crossers. They deserve to be sent to Alligator Alcatraz. And now we got 14 unaccompanied children that we need to figure out what to do with, which is a scary situation because we got 500,000 missing children from Biden's open border that nobody seems to be looking for and nobody has found them. And so now to have 14 children that have no parents and no guardians or anything like that, what's going to happen to these kids? Hopefully nothing bad. It's hard to say. What do you do with kids that are from another country that aren't connected to any adults? You know, it sounds like you end up in foster care, which is not always the greatest situation. Most of the time, it's not the greatest situation. So either way, hopefully they can find good homes or some peaceful solution there. Next up, we got the last little bit of the news. Of course, it is lefties losing it. This one's titled Veteran Cop Gives Deranged Leftists a Dose of Instant Karma. Of course, it's going to be a plethora of lefties losing their marbles. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this California marijuana farm raid that resulted in all these arrests. Zero, good. Get out. That's right. Sam, the deranged Dems are literally sympathetic to the bad guys now because they hate Trump. Yeah, they're so brain dead. They're just so brain dead. They're so blinded by hate for Trump that they don't see the monsters that they're becoming. Zero, they're old enough they can tell them who their parents are. Yeah, if they're around. I mean, you know, if your parents are illegal and they're undocumented and you say, hey, my dad's name is Jose, how do you find them? You know? Zero, you don't like that girl's voice? I can't remember what that girl's name is. She's the spokesperson for the DOJ or the something like that. Maybe the DOD. I can't remember what her name is. I think I follow her on X. RK, I remember when Walmart offered us $150 for the jab. I still wonder how much they made from that deal. Well, that's like here in Michigan. If you got vaccinated, then you got entered into like a lottery drawing or something, and you could win money or something like that. I don't know. I wonder what the outcome of that was. It was on the radio and everything else. Snooks, I don't even know what to say to this. I need a new gyno. Can I hire you? I'm expensive, Snooks. I'm expensive. Sam, the first time I had the coof, it almost got me. Doctor prescribed me the wrong drugs, and I got worse. Pneumonia about got me. Yeah, Sam. Well, we're happy you made it. Survived the damn government's bioweapon. I'm telling you, 15 years, they're going to be like, did you catch the plague? You may be entitled to a large lump sum of money. That's how it's going to be all over the radio. Thank you so much, Patriot Dad, for that $5 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Patriot Dad. Thank you so much for the support. Says, appreciate you, Jeff and the Hooligans. Happy freedom, friends. Happy freedom to you, Patriot Dad. Fry, you have to call Jeff Mack Dr. Snooks. Yeah, Dr. Jeff. Dr. Mack is in the house. Don't take your pants off just yet. Let me get settled. Magic Mika, anyone know when the Gen Z stare is? Yes. I've been seeing it all over TikTok. I don't know who else knows about the Gen Z stare, but yeah. Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about. They just look at you like they got headphones in. Met them out the dead eyes? Yeah. It's from the Tide Pods. Yep. Metalmouth, she's the Assistant Secretary for Public Affairs for DHS. Thank you, Metalmouth. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Pumpkin, I bet those kids still remember their addresses. Yeah, probably. What's up, Otters? Happy freedom to you. You could win a lifetime of myocarditis. Yep, that's right. I mean, people should have known. If you were getting entered into a contest for taking a shot, that it's probably not all A-okay, right? What's up, Crit Kiss? Happy freedom to you. WC, we definitely don't need more kids in foster care, especially illegals. Yeah, it's true. Metamouth, they didn't mention the asshole that opened fire on the ICE agents. No, but we did cover that last week. Crit case. Almost 6 months and not one pedo or traitor has been arrested. What the fuck, Trump? Yeah, it's true. WC, Trisha looks like a Daria character. Can't quite put my finger on it. Interesting. I'm going to think really hard about that. Cause I don't know. I never thought about that, but I know about the show Daria, so I wonder. What's up, Bill Clay? Happy freedom. What's up, Crystals? Happy freedom to you. Cancer loves sugar. That's what I've always heard too. Pumpkin never had COVID or a test or the vaccine. I'm good. Yep, you're in the clear. What's up, Cass? Happy freedom to you. Wow, Sam, that's crazy. I never thought about that. Falling from the sky and having your shoes untied. I mean, you ain't got to worry about tripping, I suppose. You're already falling, right? Never thought about that. What's up, Meta? Happy freedom to you. I got a question. The Autopen is okay, but they won't give the president an auto staircase to Air Force One so they don't trip and fall. I don't know. I feel like if the president can't walk up and down stairs, then they're not qualified to be president. We need to raise the standards. We need higher standards for a president. Sonny, I'm waiting for Pelosi to ask, who's going to pick our weed? Yeah, she will. She'll be out there. RK, anyone notice how the latest 3 side effects on drugs are nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea? Yeah, it seems like they do that on purpose. Kaz, yep. If they can't walk upstairs, should not be in charge. I mean, I don't think that's too much to ask for. You know, in my opinion, that's simple. It's the baby steps. Anyways, like I said, moving forward here, Lefty's losing it, and this one's titled "Veteran Cop Gives Deranged Leftist a Dose of Instant Karma." Of course, it'll be a plethora of lefties losing their marbles. Let's get this pulled up. Come on, GoofTube. Do the thing. All right, hooligans, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
And it's time for Lefties Losing It. Let's start with the insufferable Michelle Obama, who appears to have created a podcast just to share passive-aggressive invective about her husband and to whine incessantly. Here she is with actress Julia Louis-Dreyfus. She's also a Democrat activist. And yes, she's whining again. Apparently, life for the American woman is unbearable. Those women living in Afghanistan and Iran, living under Islamist rule, They should be shedding tears for these two indulged millionaire victims.
Women, we have so many landmines and barriers and don'ts and limitations. It's, you know, I mean, Craig, you're the guy at the table, but I think it's important for all guys listening, especially men raising daughters, to realize that difference, you know, and that thing that inadvertently, as you are loving and raising these beautiful girls, there are so many rules that make us small.
Baked in without our knowing it, you know?
Oh, it's baked in, folks, baked in. Let's hear an example of this baked in oppression facing women in the West. Please educate us, Julia.
And I wish I could, I mean, I remember people saying, oh, well, she's a female doctor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As opposed to just, she's a doctor.
Wow, profound. That's just terrifying subjugation. I think I have secondhand trauma from just hearing that. You know, Julia Louis-Dreyfus campaigned for Kamala, even though her second most famous character she played, Selena Myers, was essentially Kamala. Let's have a look at Vice President Selena Myers and Vice President Kamala Harris.
My fellow Americans, words have many meanings, and sometimes instead of conveying our meaning, they can suggest other meanings.
When we talk about the children of the community, they are children of the community.
Well, we are the United States of America because we are united. And we are states.
Talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time.
Whatever we have in store cannot be known. The past was once the future. The future is, I should say, unknown.
We got to take this stuff seriously as you are, because you have been forced to have to take it seriously.
Now that's terrifying. She came this close to being president. And today is the anniversary of the assassination attempt against Donald Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania. Let's have a look at the way the leftist print media reported the president suffering a gunshot wound, narrowly escaping being killed. Just have a look at some of the shameful reporting, and it'll serve as a reminder that you don't hate the leftist media enough. You think you do, but trust me, you don't. Let's start with CNN. Their headline read, Secret Service rushes Trump off stage after he falls at rally. He must have been clumsy that day. NBC referred to popping noises. Were they balloons, NBC? At least MSNBC mentioned gunshot-like sounds, while the Washington Post mentioned loud noises. Loud noises. Reminds me of this scene from Anchorman.
Loud noises!
But I've got to say, the worst of a bad lot is USA Today, who went with this headline. They said Trump removed from stage by Secret Service after loud noises startles former president. Just incredible. And the broadcast media, who habitually lied about Donald Trump, who for 8 solid years did everything possible to whip up hate and hysteria against Trump, well, they were eager to blame him for almost being killed. Here is ABC.
You point out those statements from J.D. Vance and Vivek Ramaswamy. Of course, President Trump and his supporters have contributed to this violent rhetoric as well.
Well, absolutely, George. We were just looking back this morning at some of the things that former President Trump has said. He warned last March of potential death and destruction if he were charged by the Manhattan District Attorney. Our country is being destroyed as they tell us to be peaceful. Trump in January warned of bedlam in the country if the criminal charges against him succeeded. And of course, in March, he said, now, if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath for the whole. That's going to be the least of it. It's going to be a bloodbath for the country. That will be the least of it. He said he was partly joking and that was taken out of context. But those are indeed his words.
Just shameless victim blaming and gaslighting there by ABC. By the way, that bloodbath comment was about the car industry. It's all on tape. You can watch it for yourself. ABC is, of course, lying, misleading. This is the same organisation that just paid a massive settlement to Trump. Not a big enough price for deliberate dishonesty. And yes, George Stephanopoulos was at the centre of that case. But back to the reporting after the assassination attempt. Not only did they seek to blame Donald Trump for almost being killed, but I wonder if they can find a way to perhaps blame his supporters. Maybe mention January 6 again.
Supporters are certainly in some parts angry, and let's remember January 6th. In so many ways for the campaign, January 6th will probably be in the background after yesterday's event. This is a very difficult time for this campaign. I'm sure this week in Milwaukee that President Trump will highlight this.
Just pathetic gutter reporting there. Now let's go to the footage. This was shot by one of the rally attendees. This is the immediate aftermath. It's astonishing footage.
The president's been shot. Oh no. No. Either that or they're covering. We don't know. Either that or they're covering him. We love you. We love you, President Trump.
I don't think they said it out loud, but this footage was recorded by Bricksuit. You can see his tag in the corner on the top and the bottom right side, but I actually watched him post this yesterday on X.
Let's go to the great state of Florida, where Turning Point USA's Student Action Summit was held last week. And predictably, the left were outraged and protesting, trying to shut down the event. But something rather wonderful happened. The young'uns at the summit got out on the streets and protested back against the people calling them Nazis.
Mass deportation! Mass deportation! Mass deportation!
Yes, they were chanting for mass deportations. And watch what happened when a deranged leftist stopped his car in the middle of the street to confront those attending the summit. But after he attacks a man, something very interesting happens. A veteran cop arrives and delivers a dose of instant karma. This is a classic case of what the kids call FAFO. He effed around and he found out.
Look at you, bro. Come on. Where you at? Let's go. Let's go. Get off me. Let's go. Come on. Get you in the bathroom. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come close. Jump. Come close. You ready? You ready? Oh, you want something? You ready? Come on. Get over there. Come on. Come on. Your car. They're going to steal your car. They're going to steal your car. Hey, come over here. Oh, now he's fighting. Now he's
That is hilarious. And Blaze reports that man has now been charged with battery and resisting arrest and with driving under the influence. Joining me now is comedian and host of Prime Time with Alex Stein on Blaze.
All right, that is lefties losing it there, out there losing their marbles. That cop might have been white-haired, but he wasn't fucking around, was he? Put that asshole right on his head. Good. Good. He wanted those hands. The officer was like, let me assist you. Yes, got exactly what he signed up for. Well, like I said, that is the last little bit of the news, but we got the fun stuff coming up. We got 2 unboxings we're going to do because I had 2 hooligans send me something. I don't know what it is. We're going to find out. And then, of course, we will be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent to us by Tori Wayne. So Klaus will be getting something today, too. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one's titled Monday Attitudes. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Sly Dog, and it's titled Good Advice. If you hooligans would like to provide funny videos of the day, which really helps me find these videos for the live, over in Discord we have a tab that is for funny short videos or something like this, right next to the meme tab. So if you'd like to be eligible to be shouted out for providing funny videos, that's how you do it. I've realized that I've never talked about that. People just kind of found their way to posting there, but if you didn't know how or what to do, that's what you do. We also have a short funny video group over on the website, so if you hooligans want to provide videos there, one or the other would be fine. I go through both of them when I'm putting the schedule together and That's how you get shouted out for the funny videos. Either way, all of that's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about these lefties losing it. Guess all the big right-wing streamers showed up at the protest, turned the tables. Yep. Feeding them their own medicine. Sam, it was a failed assassination attempt that was covered up extremely fast. Yep, and a year later they suspended 6 agents and called it a day. Snooks, I don't think this was staged at all with Trump. I don't think so either, but the lefties are insinuating that it was staged. It doesn't make sense, though. Why would Corey have been killed if it was staged? It just doesn't make sense. And 2 other people were shot, too. And I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. RK, we thought there were fireworks. Yeah. Thank you so much, Patriot Dad, for that $1 donation over on Rumble. You're awesome, Patriot Dad. Thank you so much. Says, I'm trying to be patient, Jeff, on Epstein. I think Trump is seeing how much this is hurting him with his base. I want answers. I agree, Patriot Dad. I think so, too. I think he realizes that we're not going to let go of this. And so whatever his plan is, they're going to have to move it along because it is hurting him. A lot of people are turning their back on Trump. Not everybody, but there's a lot of people who already are, flipping sides. I hear you, Patriot Dad. Thank you. Cass, Secret Service didn't do their job. No, and that one woman was fumbling her gun and all of that. People were talking about that forever. Cass, they allowed it to happen. That's exactly what I think, too. I don't know if they were in on it, but it almost seems like somebody told them to stand down. Hey, I appreciate you, Fry. Thank you for sticking with us. Damn it, Jeff. Now I gotta scour my hard drive for my videos folder. Well, I'm just saying. If you guys want to be shouted out, that's how you get on the list. There's on Discord or over on jeffmaclive.com. We got a funny video tab. Submit your funny videos and you might end up on the live. Hey, thank you for being with us, Metal Mouth. Oh, I appreciate you, Magic Mika. Toast, TDS is real. It is real. Is real. See, all the cute people are like, aha. But anyways. Metamouth Brick Sue's based. Yeah, I follow him over on X. What's up, Mike T? Happy Freedom. Kevin, just send the comment now. I would be all right. WC, I'm not flipping sides, but I'm definitely suspicious now. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Not so trusting anymore. WC, maybe they're using the list as leverage. That's what a lot of people are saying, but good people don't blackmail other people. RK, the people questioning Trump are forgetting that he's going after people committing the crime. Yeah. That's why I'm kind of just standing back and watching what's happening. But there's a lot of people that are drawing their line in the sand, so to speak. Meta, if they can't sign their own name, they shouldn't be president. That's a good point. It's a good point. Meta, JD Vance is down in California at Disneyland today, maybe tomorrow too. Guess there's around 150 protesters around the park at the Disney Grand Hotel. Yeah, I saw something about that. Supposedly JD Vance and his family is being harassed. Oh, I appreciate you, Meta. Thank you for sticking with us. Crazy time is hammer time. Getting there. What's up, God Rides a Harley? Happy freedom to you. God Rides a Harley. Hold the line, people. Big swamp drain soon. Yeah, I'm just waiting for it. Happy freedom, spirit matter. Appreciate you being with us. Zero. I trust Trump and his people and the plan. Iffy on Bondi. She hasn't won me over yet. No, I think Bondi is part of the problem. And if anything, if Trump, really has a plan here, exposing her must be a part of it, because she seems like a waste of time. What's up, Bright Gaming? Happy freedom to you. Toes, best tactic. Stand back and assess. Yeah. Well, we're not in the game, so there's no reason for us to really get that mad, right? Because we're not in the game. We're not on Capitol Hill. We can't do anything about the list. Can't do anything if we want it to come out. We can't do anything if we didn't want it to come out. So instead of getting involved and, making statements that we may regret in the future, just got to stand back and see what happens. It's the best we could do. Either way, moving forward here, like I said, we're getting into the fun stuff. We're going to do an unboxing. We're going to open today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. We got our 2 funny videos of the day. But before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the description in order to send donations. You can do that by using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. Let's see what we got. I don't know which one we're going to open first. I guess let's try this. I have no idea what's in this, either of these packages. We got 2 of them. It's a real unboxing. I didn't open them or nothing. So if something bad happens, I love you, hooligans. Oh, Klaus Daniels. Oh, you lucked out today, buddy. What is this? What is this? I've never even seen this. Holy. Let's see. Hold on a second. I know you're going to try and squeeze into that little bag. You're just like your dad. That hole looks tight. Let's see if I'll fit. Yeah. I know, Klaus Daniels. This is from J-Dog. Look at this. First, we got the Crinklefish catnip toys, right? Never leave home without it. And we got this. Does it say it does got it on both sides? Look at that. Look at that. You ever seen? That's cat food. It don't even look like cat food. It's the Fancy Feast gems. Do you see this? You are so lucky. You are so lucky. He's gonna get one of these right after the live. Here, can you hold this? That's for you. That's for you, buddy. Thank you, J-Dog. You're such a badass. That's so awesome. Klaus is gonna love it. Hold on, let me take it out of the box first. You gotta wait. You're so awesome, J-Dog. Thank you. Like I said, we got another one here. Let me figure out how to open this without catching a strike or giving away personal information or anything like that. Let's see. Let's see what we got. No, we got here. We're going to utilize your cat tower since you can't hardly sit on it anyways. Big Beefy. Jesus loves this. It's like Christmas. Here's a box, buddy. Squeeze into that. Should have notes. We do. And take care of that. It's like being at Texas Roadhouse. I just throw all my trash on the floor like peanut shells. It's okay. It's okay. Get my papers sorted out really quick. There we go. This is from Elisa. This movie is hilarious. Enjoy, dude. Let's see what we got. Of course, Amazon puts all this stuff in bags. What is this? What is it? Card sleeves. So badass. I need this so bad. Let me see. Let's see if I can show you guys really quick. Just in case you don't know what card sleeves are. These little plastic things here for the Pokemon cards, because I ran out of sleeves. So awesome. Thank you, Elisa. Let's see what else we got here. You go, hold on. I know you love these bags. What'd they do? Tie this one? Is it child-proof? I'm not supervised. Is that everything? There you go. There's another one. Let's see what we got. Here's some paper. Smoking the Bandit. Haven't seen it yet. You guys recommended it. I put it on the wish list. And now I got it to watch. Thank you, Elisa. We got one more. Klaus is excited. I just cleaned the house too. He's like, yay, it's messy again. I love that. There you go. Another bag for Klaus. And some more paper. So excited. What do we got? Oh, Brother, Where Are Thou? I love this movie. This was actually my grandma's favorite movie. We used to watch this all the time. She's no longer with us, so I'm excited to have it on disc. Thank you so much, Elisa. You're so awesome. Heck yeah. All right, hooligans. Now we got to do the advent calendar. Like I said, we're going to open today's door of the advent calendar, sent to us by Tori Wayne. Today is day 4. Cool. Look at all the little boxes. Ooh, smack the mic. That's the worst ASMR video ever, right? I know. What did Klaus get today? This is number 4. Of course, my camera doesn't ever focus. What is it? What is it? It's like a ball of string, but it's hard. I can't squish it. Klaus Daniels. Meow meow. Come here. Well, look at this. What is this? Get up here. Check this out. What do you think of this? Yeah. What do you think of this? Are you about that life? What is it? I've never seen anything like it. Did Elon make that? What is that face? The piranha face? Is this stink good? Well, he likes it. All right. Thank you, Tori Wayne. Really appreciate it. Klaus is heavily stimulated right now. Moving into our funny videos really quick. Let's get this pulled up. Hold on, thing. What is this? I don't need you liking my comment, lady. I don't even know you. I don't know you. Kick you right in the muff. Anyways, this is our first funny video of the day. Let's get all this random stuff off the screen. This one's titled Monday Attitudes. Almost got him. Alright, moving into our official funny video of the day. Like I said, this was provided by Sly Dog. What the fuck is this? Discord orbs. No, Discord, I'm not paying for shit, okay? You know how much I got paid for already? I ain't buying shit from you. Alright, like I said, this was provided by Sly Dog. This is titled Good Advice.
Mr. Smith, that pie is not exactly healthy, you know.
My granddaddy lived up to be 105.
Eating pie?
No, minding his own damn business.
Yeah. Yes. Good advice. Well, hooligans, that is all the coffee I had for you guys today. I'm going to grab this Linktree link really quick and drop it in all the chats. We're going to read through. We got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. Then, of course, we will be raiding out over on Rumble, so don't leave just yet. Yeah, Sam, exactly. Oh, Bobby Hill, I don't know you. Have you guys seen the reboot of King of the Hill? I haven't seen the reboot. I assume they're just going to wreck the show, so I've been trying not to watch it. Either way, there is the Linktree link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, would really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there, keeping the conversation going 24/7, and we have 2 news boards that keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, the arcade, and our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. So definitely go get yourself a membership over on jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the Hooligans. Like I said, we're going to read through, and we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up, and then we are doing the raid over on Rumble. What are you doing over here, sneezing? You need to chill out. Riot Kitty. RK, been seeing a lot of King of the Hill shorts. Love that show. I like the original, but they're supposed to be making a reboot of some sort, and I assume they're going to screw it up because that's what people do, but we'll see. Guess some, holy. Look at that face. Did I hear you say food? Klaus loves food. Now he's got these new treats. New Fancy Feast gems. It looks so good. Guess some. Well, there's another 15 more pounds. I know. Big gigantic over here. Dragging his beller across the carpet. Guess I'm totally for exposing Bondi. She looks good in a bikini. I don't know. I don't know yet. What about Anna Paulina Looney? And what about APL? Maybe she needs to be exposed a little bit. Wayward, get off my purse. What's up, Certain Trepon? Happy freedom to you. Fry, Jeff Max, been bona fide. I used to quote that movie all the time. He's like, gopher? He's eating gopher on a stick. What's up, Justin Sane? Happy freedom to you. Hey, thank you for being here, Otters. Happy freedom to you. Stoner, what is trans mama? I ain't never heard of that. Justin Sane just acquired a 78 Trans Am. Awesome. Heck yeah. Kevin's too small. He'll choke. No, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. It sticks in string and stuff he's got problems with. That little ball thing, I don't know what that is. It's hard. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Stoner, the Soggy Bottom Boys. Yeah. I love that movie. Crick his cute box. Thanks. Oh my god. Next time I get a female companion, that's the first thing I'm gonna say to her. Cute box. No, Sergeant Tripod, I've never seen Smokey and the Bandit, but I'm going to. Stoner, you got Pokemon boosters on your wish list? I did for like 3 years, but everybody danced around them, so I figured I'd just remove them. But I was considering putting some more back on there just in case. J-Dog, well, thank you both. I really appreciate it. Aco, wow, Klaus is eating better than Jeff. He might steal a bite. I mean, it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Let's open this up. Let's see what this crinkly fish thing is. Where's my knife? Come on, thing. There we go. Which side did I just do that? Okay. 3 colors. So it's not a racist fish. That's good. That's good. Oh dang. Klaus is gonna love these. Somebody got Klaus a pickle, and he loves that damn thing, and these are made out of the same thing as that. Look at this. We got 3 colors here. Ugh. And check this out. Yep, validate that. There you go. Okay, then we got the green one. No, hold on there. But wait, there's more. I already knew it. I knew he was gonna go ham. And this is the 3rd one. Here you go. Now you got a pickle. You got pickled fish. He's a happy cat. That's all I know. He's a happy cat. Either way, reading through, and like I said, we got the pledge coming up. Southern Tripod, it's Christmas every day. I know, it seems like it. WC, that's fancy. It is fancy. Klaus is already living it up. Hey, thank you for being here, Sergeant Tripod. Peck Frank, now Klaus is a pickle smoocher? Oh, fuck. I'm not going to say that to him because, you know, he's going to be awake while I'm sleeping. But, yeah, I think so. Thank you, Rappy. Appreciate you being with us. Kevin, when you bring back the old background with the shelves and the neon lights, I will eventually. I just scared the crap out of him. I dropped my chapstick. You hear the rustling stopped? He's getting into it. Fry, yay, cat drugs. I know. It's his favorite. Toast, you should definitely see Smokey and the Bandit. I'm excited to be able to watch it. Sam Klaus about that nip life. He is. Zero, I can hear Klaus grabbing and scratching. He's going ham. He's having a fish fry right now. There's fish, and he's fried. That's how it's going. It's going off. It's going off. What's up, Ron? Happy freedom to you. What's up, MAGA me? Happy freedom to you. Shouldn't have trusted that fart. That's how it goes. They say relationships are like a fart. If you have to work too hard, it might be shit. Anyways, moving forward here, it is that time once again, hooligans. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we did the thing. Now, like I said, we're going to be doing this raid, so let's figure out who we're raiding today. Who's live? Oh, we could do Good Logic. Are they live right now? They are. Have we raided Good Logic before? I think we were going to, and then I think something happened. I'm pretty sure it's his turn. It is his turn. Let's grab this link really quick. We're going to wait a second because it looks like he just froze, and hopefully that's not the case. He's only been live for 6 minutes. Ah, we're good. We're good. Let's do the thing. We're going to raid Good Logic. And like I said, he just started, so should be all good to go. Due to 2. Is it going to work? There we go. Let's do the raid.
20 Good Logic memberships. God bless. And 20 new members of the following. What the hell am I talking about? 20 new members of the following. Welcome to the following. Who'd you bring on in here? The following people brought in to the following, courtesy of King Recruitment Master Phillips. That includes Renee Collins, Nancy Lorenz, Donald Young, Fun Size, Mr. K, Steffi. When you hear your name, this means you've been brought into the following, courtesy of our King of Recruitment Master Phillips, Blue Sky, Pity Pignatelli, Chadwick Myers, Rob Allen Jr., Vince Olshove, Queen Bee, Mr. Fix-It, Q Revere.
I think you just got gifted subs on another platform.
Jeanette, Rebecca Anderson, Ice Cut, and DW3. Welcome to the following. God bless you. Please be aware if you're a new member of the following. The following is not at all a cult type of cult. It's just a group of like-minded individuals who get together for purposes of greater personal growth. We should all be seeking that, obviously. Let's start off with We all know the memo came out last week basically saying he didn't self-delete and there was no list. That's what the memo said. And people, when it first came out, were like, it's not signed. Is this real? We don't know if it's real. Well, the next day it came out, it was real. That's what came out.
Well, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it's not acknowledging us rating him, because we just totally made his whole chat. But either way, he is pretty cool. I watched one of his videos over the voice chat. Wad recommended it, and I'm trying to remember. He was talking about the Maxwell trial. Either way, I don't know why he didn't acknowledge us in the raid, but either way, you guys did fantastic, and I appreciate all of you guys being here. We're going to read through really quick, and we are wrapping this up, but we'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Hey, thank you for being here. Hair Juicer. Oh, Zero, yeah, that's a good picture. That's from like a year ago. Yeah. We'll switch the background again as soon as I get some more time. Get the energy for it. Sam, I haven't seen Tombstone yet. Make some time to watch it. It's on my stack though. Thank you, Toast. Appreciate you being with us. Thank you, Cricket Kiss. Appreciate you, Meta. What's up, Frog? Happy Freedom? Yeah, I don't know. He seems cool. I don't know what the deal is with the raid, but he does a good job. Ron, it's a classic flick. Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it. I've had a lot of people tell me to watch it. Thank you, RK. Appreciate you joining us today. Yes, that's when Klaus was buff. Now he's a lard ass. Yeah, I know. It's because he's eating good. That's why. All right, Hooligans. It looks like we're good to go. Like I said, we will be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. I appreciate all of you guys being here, helping me cover the news, and helping me make the news suck less. And another huge shout out to everyone that just sent those gifts for the unboxing. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, join the membership programs, or purchase any merch. I really appreciate all of you Hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.